without my kids, now with kids now, and don't see that
Exactly.
as an obstacle, as an issue, but as a as part of who you are now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and
Yeah,
No,
and I
I
that's
think
think
it's
that's
great.
like
beautiful.
people who like get. I mean, I think a lot of people get lucky and don't have
Hmm.
like complications because some people have kids with that get like sick a lot and
Mm,
stuff like that, and that can be obviously more difficult,
mm-hmm.
you know, or kids with
Yeah, because it's
disabilities
an
and
insane
stuff.
process for your
So
body, no? Like,
Mm.
yeah, but like I mean, like in terms of them, the kids
oh, I
themselves,
see. Oh, you mean the kids? Oh,
being
okay, fair
ill,
enough, fair enough. Oh,
yeah,
absolutely.
like because
You're right. You're right.
it just yeah, then you don't you're kind of like you have to be there. But if
Yeah.
you're lucky enough to be in a situation where your kids are well and you can do that stuff, then that's really great that you
Mm,
can do it. Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, but I guess that's the
yeah.
issue. It's like I can't do it. Like I wish I could. Honestly,
yeah,
just
Right.
finances. It costs a lot to travel, and it
yeah,
costs that much more to
it
Mm,
travel
does.
with little ones. So like it's one of those things where I'm happy that like I was in a situation where I had a job that I loved, but then you know how the toxic workplace bullshit starts
oh,
happening, and so um
Politics.
yeah, I left that role and I was just floundering for a really long time. Like, okay, well, I just didn't have it in me to reopen
mm,
my marketing firm. So it took me like 3 years to get back to a space where I'm like, you know what? Okay, I can take on clients. I can build my business back up without feeling like every client is another boss who's going to have all this,
right, right, right.
control over me or whatever. So
Yeah,
So now I have like almost six really steady clients. Things are going really well. That's my shine with
Oh, that's,
Sophie arm. So
yeah,
like,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
great.
that's going
Nice.
really good. And so now I'm like, okay, now I can see it. Now I can see maybe in a few months, let's go ahead and plan something. Let's get some tickets, but
Oh, that's so nice.
before now,
That's
no.
cool.
It's tricky,
I don't know how
tricky.
you find the time, but that's so cool.
Oh
Yeah.
God, no, I don't know either. I don't. I mean, I gotta really work on that too, because like I have so little routine in my life. It's horrible. But what about you guys? Like, are you like, is this a once in a lifetime thing, or do you guys get out and about regularly? Like that sounds
We've traveled a few
Mm,
times.
good.
We've
Good.
traveled a few
she pushes
times.
more to
We
travel than I do, because as much as I like it, I'm a little bit lazy about the process.
Uh huh.
Yeah. I
So I'm
definitely
glad
like to
she
travel
does. Yeah.
more.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And like we traveled we went to Spain last year 3 times.
And just so you guys
Um
Right.
know, I feel like we're talking and stuff, but just so you're aware, like this is out on like a live thing, so I can turn it off if
oh
you want, because I did. This is my
I
writer's workshop, but I didn't want to.
Yeah, yeah.
So
oh
I'm fine. I want
It's
to talk to you.
sorry.
I miss you, but I just didn't want
right.
you to be like
Same.
getting into anything where you weren't aware. Like this is other people could see this, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We don't
Oh
want to get
no.
into detail.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's
okay,
fair now. I mean, we can
Yeah,
talk
that's
about
why I
traveling
appreciate you
schedule. That's not
saying.
very personal, no.
Yeah.
okay. But I just
Yeah,
want just
yeah,
didn't
exactly.
want you to be like, oh, I found a boil on her butt or
No,
something.
no.
You know,
Thank you. Thank you for
like.
saying it. By the way.
No, 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 no. Yeah, I appreciate
Um,
you telling us.
And it's not always
That's
like that.
funny.
It's just this is the Wednesday thing. But no, go ahead. You were
No, that's
saying,
fine. If
Michelle.
people come in for the workshop, we can
No,
yeah,
they
yeah,
chat
probably
a little.
I if they would have done it by now. I started at 9, but
yeah, yeah, yeah.
um
Okay.
and honestly like this is more like for me. So I'm like if you want to come, come, but
Okay.
it's more for me. So
Okay, okay.
I'm just
No, but
Okay, okay,
that's
like
fine.
sorry. That's
no.
really cool. Like, Michelle, one of the things that Luis told me once that I think is really cool. Like, put things out there not only for other people, for yourself.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
you know, even if it's not necessarily like a thing that is supposed to be interacted with. He said that
Yeah,
yeah, that's
sometimes he
true.
make posts about politics or economy, whatever. Even if nobody's want to read it, he wants to have the feeling of putting this out there, no, materializing
Absolutely.
ideas
hmm
Yeah, that's
some
nice.
in some way, shape, or form, no.
yeah,
No, I
yeah.
agree.
Switch my
So I love that you
camera.
do that, Sophie. Like, honestly.
Oh, thank you. I
Um,
just I agree with that. Who did you say says that? Who's Lewis?
uh, Luis, one friend that we used to
Uh
We
hang out
had.
with, and we don't do anymore.
oh God,
I
what?
mean,
Yeah.
Sophie's aware of the yeah. Sophie's
Oh, is
aware of
that
what
that
Oh,
happened.
same
yeah.
He was one
situation?
of it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was part of it. Yeah.
Boo.
yeah.
How's all that
Ooh,
going? Like what's the latest with all that?
Not really anything, to be fair.
right.
Like, just getting on with our lives, honestly. Um,
Fair
I kind
enough.
of obviously still interact with them because I'm like technically still living in my old place. Like,
Oh,
On paper, yeah, not
like
on
on
practice, but on
paper, but
paper.
kind
Yeah.
of, but like, yeah, I'm mainly here and yeah, so it's a bit whatever, but it's,
Yeah,
it's what it is
okay.
at the
I'd say that
moment.
at this
Oh,
point we're not trying to, well, especially her, she's not trying to fix anything. You just put this whole thing in a healthy place in our heart, so it doesn't hurt as much, and we can still going on with our lives. And also, we would like, I think, I don't know about her, but I would like to to still keep some love for these people, and
Sure.
of course.
because of
Sure.
what we
Yeah,
had,
no. And I still have a lot of love for them, I was friends with them for
there we
like,
go.
well, friends of like a couple of them for like a decade almost,
Mm-hmm.
and
It's just
like, yeah,
10 years.
but
Is come on.
it's sensitive still.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
For sure.
yeah,
No, I hear
but
you.
it's
Wow.
fine. We're moving onwards. But yes,
And
we
upwards.
we
Yes.
went to exactly, yeah, we went
Yeah,
to Spain last year 3 times. Where else did we go? Went to Amsterdam.
yeah.
I went to
I
Nice.
Vietnam
mean,
in
I think
maybe.
I heard
November.
about the Amsterdam.
Uh,
Yes.
yeah, yeah, yes, exactly.
I was
What
asking
were you
about
saying?
the weed
No, I
situation.
was about to say something else about the last point, but we can
Oh,
move on. We can move on. We can move on. It's fine. It's fine.
yeah, please. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah. No, but for example, last year the
I'm not gonna say
Barcelona
anything.
thing was very cool because you just casually proposed to me like, "Hey, there is this DJ that is going to Barcelona."
Oh
Um,
yeah, I had booked
yeah, yeah.
tickets to see a DJ in October when we met.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, obviously I don't know him that well. I don't know if he's gonna like it. I don't know if he's gonna be interested in it. But I was like,
Oh, they
we're
didn't tell me
spending
this
so
part.
much time together. Of
Mm-hmm.
course I didn't, babe. I didn't know you, so I wasn't gonna invite you. I was actually gonna go on my own. But then like we were spending so much time together and getting closer, and I was like, I think it'd be fun for us to travel. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Mm.
it was a really fun trip. And then yeah, it was nice. And we've been to many places in Spain. I think and then we're going to Jamaica in a couple weeks.
Nice. Oh
Been to Jamaica,
Yeah.
wow.
yeah, yeah.
I love
And
Jamaica. I've been once.
The Amsterdam
I've
thing, I
never
was just.
been. You've been?
I've been once. Yeah, it was
Oh, you've been to Jamaica?
phenomenal. Yeah, and I got really lucky because I was
Ooh.
stupid. I was like I was at a resort, all you can eat, all inclusive, all that. And I met the one of the pool boys there who was like a local, and he was like, "Yeah, you want to come out with us tonight?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." That was the
The pool boy, Sophie. Everybody
dude.
knows you don't touch the pool boy.
No,
Come
that's who you
on.
touch, right? But no, I there was no
Fair
touching,
enough.
but it was really a good time. But it was like leaving the resort gates,
It was
that could have
risky.
that was
Yeah,
risky, and that could have been anything
absolutely.
other than what happened. But what happened was transcendent. Like we went to this club that was on these stilts next to like the ocean, but it like had this weird drop off, so the whole back was like this balcony that extended over this super deep
Oh,
pool.
shit.
That so it was like the most banging music. People were like winding. People were like, it was just amazing. And then people were like diving off of this thing into this deep ass water. It was
Mm.
all lit. Like
Oh,
it was
that's cool.
it was amazing.
Damn.
So amazing. And we had the best time. And then, but driving there, driving back, we got out, we were like walking on the beach a bit. It was just talking and just shooting the shit and stuff. It was really amazing. But
Mm.
you
That's
see
nice.
the poverty, like as soon as you leave the gates, even going from the
Yeah,
airport to
yeah, you
the
see,
resort, you're gonna just put
for
the
sure.
blinders on
Massive
because it's
contrast, no?
yeah, it's
Yeah.
really
And was it in
depressing.
Kingston, Sophie?
No, we were in where were we?
You're in
Oh,
Montego Bay.
I want to say Montego Bay. I think it was
Montego Bay
Montego
is the
Bay.
That's
second
like the
biggest city,
popular
no?
tourist spot. So
Yeah,
yeah, so like that's more that's a yeah, that's a popular tourist spot in terms of like beaches and stuff.
I think so. I think it was
Right.
a while ago. This was back when I was single, so it was like
But
it was
fair
interesting.
enough,
I
fair
f-
enough.
Yeah, but I
I feel
learned
like
a
most of
lot.
those kind of yeah, I feel like most of those like nights are like they can go one of two ways, and if it goes the right way, it's like the best night ever.
Yeah. No,
I think
I
you're right.
yeah.
Yeah, we have to try to like not only take at this like how it went, how it played out, but also it's true that sometimes those things just doesn't work. But hey, it did this time, so
Yeah, it was great. Like I wouldn't recommend that anybody do what I did, but it just was so
Yeah.
amazing. It was so
yeah.
spectacular. And again, I learned so fucking much cuz like we were able to really talk and like um he was honest with me like it was him and it was like two other dudes. So that's another thing. Like as soon as the car rolls up and there's three dudes and I should have been like, okay, let's go.
You just
Yeah,
That
literally,
could have
like
been a
that's
whole
so
thing.
bad.
Yeah, so like I'm
Yeah.
stupid, so don't be like me. But we had the best conversation. Like literally, um, he was saying like he's like yeah he was like I was really interested in you because I thought you were really pretty. But he's like but also like you're American. He's like it's really hard to get off this island. Like you have to have money, and then even then, the visas that they grant you to leave. They want you to come back, so they're really hard to get. They're really short term, so it's so it's beneficial for them to get really cozy with
mm.
the Americans.
Absolutely.
And so I
Yeah.
was like, oh, that's really interesting. And so then, just learning about the real Jamaica was a beautiful experience. I wouldn't trade for anything, but I absolutely do not recommend
But how
That's amazing.
refreshing her
leaving
honesty,
the
no? His
No,
States.
honesty, sorry.
no. It's nice that
Yeah.
he was honest about that. To be
Yeah.
fair, I've had like fun in cities where I've met locals
Hmm.
and been able to like talk and like move around, which is partially why I was like when I was single, I would go on dates in different cities with
Hmm.
people.
Hmm.
Like, what was that noise, babe?
Yeah, you better not do it now. Fuck.
Yeah, I'm
Tony.
going on a date in Jamaica,
Unless I'm part of it, you know what I
but
mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
without you, no joking.
no, that's,
Stupid,
but you're
but
right. Like, that's the best way to get to know someone, I think. Like, to
I
it was
change
a
agree.
nice way
settings.
to know the city and like go to a new place that I probably
Hmm.
wouldn't have known about if I wasn't with a local.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's nice to
It,
like meet locals and chat.
it just sucks so much, no? Like,
Hmm.
it really, really sucks that um, as a woman, there is this layer of care that you have to always have on you because you just don't know, right?
Oh yeah.
Um, and it's besides making the system better or pressure and all that, it's stopping you from being able to have fun sometimes, you know.
Yeah. It's
And
men.
it's unfair.
It's just men.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's always
Yeah, it's
men.
men.
It's not always.
Yeah.
It's not all men, but it's always men. But
No, no, for
Yeah.
sure.
but
Very true.
but at the same
Yeah, it
time,
was.
like
Sorry, go
we
on, go on.
know. No, I'm just saying we know this as women, so we
Oh
do have to have
yeah.
a situational awareness that I didn't develop at all until I was much older. So like I
Yeah.
can't I just cannot tell you how many times I could have been one of those true crime stories of the week because of just not thinking or trusting too much or whatever the case. And like
Yeah.
it makes no sense cuz like I've been, I've had
Hmm.
like really bad things happen to me and for some reason I still was like okay, like just I don't understand where my
Blind faith.
yeah, I don't know, I was just
Mm.
too nice.
Well, I want
Too nice.
when maybe you can explain to me a little bit better so I understand. Do you think that ultimately is like a lack of maybe not knowing enough about like the real role of women in society, and then it leads you to be more trusted? Like, I wonder if you can be as a woman like uh, more careful with yourself just because you are more informed
Mm,
about the real, and not so much because your mom is telling you, because I know there is a lot of women with many like healthy dynamics when they go out, but it's
mhm.
mostly because their mom are making them aware, no?
Yeah, and
But I
their
wonder if you can get
dads.
maybe to the same position just learning about feminism and the role of women and
I
how
think,
the
yeah,
dynamics between men and women are working. So does that make sense?
I think
Yeah,
people
we're saying
never
so.
assume it's going to be them. I think that's what happens is that you kind of always, I think when you're younger as well, like as I
Mhm.
get older, I'm
Hmm.
just more anxious in general. And
Mhm.
Right, right.
like I see more things happening. And instead of being like, it probably wouldn't be me, I'm like, why wouldn't it be me?
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
like
Yes,
It's like
it
yes,
has
the
yes, yes,
shaped,
yes.
it's
the
I
shifted my
switch flip.
see.
mind. Yeah,
And when you're young, it's
for
difficult
sure.
to make those maths, maybe.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
because you either don't know enough, you don't hear enough, you don't see enough, or you're just young and
Yeah, sure,
dumb.
baby, but I
Yeah.
do see young people. I do see young women, having some of those like checks that maybe women in another generation
Mhm.
didn't have. You know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
wonder is
I
it just
think,
a matter of information? Right?
Yeah. Well, I would venture. You said like what your moms tell you. I also think it's what your dads tell you. Like my dad,
100%.
I was raised with my dad saying, all little boys want is to have sex with you. That's it. That's all they want. They're opening the door for you. It's literally them saying, "Hey, you want to fuck?" If you like, my dad would literally break it down to that level for me. But on the other side of it, though, is like I'm from the South. I'm from the like church. So like there's this
Right.
like pretty submissive sort of
Mm,
acquiescent quality that is instilled in little girls to
mm,
go hug your uncle, go hug him. No, don't cry, go hug him. Or just like you know
mm,
um
right.
not being believed when something happens to you, like just be kind, be sweet, whatever. Like that's what we're taught. And then we're taught stranger danger. Oh, don't get in somebody's van. But you're not taught, okay, at the sleepover your friend's dad might fuck with you, like or
Yes.
somebody that
yeah,
Very good point. You're
yeah,
absolutely,
or
right.
going on a date,
absolutely.
your date
Yeah,
might take liberties that he shouldn't, so like literally the
absolutely.
people are the ones who you got to really watch out for. But that's why, like, one of my with Sophie's is Sex Ed with Sophie. And so it's literally a podcast
Mm.
I
Oh,
have with my fucking 6 year old that we started when she was 4. And we literally say, okay, so what are your body parts, so because
mm,
there's research that shows that little kids, not just little girls, little kids who can identify and say their body parts are so much less likely to be harassed or molested. And if they are,
wow,
they're better able to relay what happened. So
wow.
we don't say wee
That's so
wee and
cool.
kook. It's your vagina, and this,
The
we
actual names,
literally,
yeah, yeah, for
yeah.
sure.
But also like we talk about consent, bodily autonomy,
Yeah.
family structures. What she knows the difference between sex and gender. She knows like literally, she knows to say no
Really
no.
good.
She knows her our address. She know like I we so I feel like it's when we hear sex ed in America especially, oh, I don't want to teach, we don't want to teach little kids. Yes, you do. You want to teach
You
little
should,
kids
You
absolutely.
need to.
all the
Come
shit.
on, of course.
Absolutely.
So like that's
Yeah,
Yeah.
where
absolutely.
I think another sort of outcome of these like genteel polite society PC sort of church politics have just infected America
Mm.
and made it for the worse, so that these women are more susceptible to all this bullshit.
Yeah,
Right.
it's 100%. I think what you're doing is amazing.
Oh,
I
thank
think
you.
that's
That's
such
so
a
Oh,
cool,
great thing to
Sophie,
teach your
honestly.
kids. Like,
thank you,
for
thank you.
sure. I think, yeah, I think it's perfect. And you're right about the religion thing, because obviously my family are African Christian. Do you know what I
Mm,
mean? It is that thing of like, you know, well, they're your family members, it's fine. Like, let them hug you. Like, it's fine. Like, just go, like, honestly, the number of times, like, when I was younger, my mum was so trusting of people
oh
blindly.
no,
Of
yeah.
like, yeah, you can sleep
Mm.
over this person's house. You
No.
can do, and luckily for me, which I'm super grateful for, and nothing
Right,
happened.
right.
But like, things did happen to people I do know,
Hmm.
and like, because of this whole like blind, oh, they're family friend, or this and that is okay. Strangers are who you want to watch out for when
Hmm.
all of this stuff is happening within anyway. It's just so like fucked up,
Hmm.
that you can't just be like, it doesn't matter who the person is,
Yeah.
It would
anybody.
look bad,
You know,
even love. It would look bad from that community standpoint that your mom or something
exactly.
doubts
And
your
what
strangers. You look like you're being
absolutely,
super careful. But if you go and say be careful with your uncle, it would literally look
exactly,
bad.
Yeah.
So it's not even that it's
absolutely,
not done or ignored. It's like you are encouraged and rewarded in those communities. So don't even doubt anyone in your family.
Exactly.
absolutely. And what you
And
said
it's
is
something we know that most
community.
of the
Oh, so good.
rapes happen in family
Yeah.
environments. We know
Yeah.
that, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I think I think what you said as well, community is like a big word of
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, this is like just this dynamic of anybody who like chooses. It's not being picky with who's in your community. It's like these people are from the same place we're from, or they're
Mm-hmm.
family friends, so they're in the community.
Mm-hmm.
You
You're
know, and
right.
then
You're
there's so
right.
much. You know what I mean? Like when you get older, you create community with people that you know
You get
and
to
trust
choose
and
for
want.
sure.
Absolutely,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but
but
I
through
think
like
like
during your
certain,
learning moments, you can't, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's difficult, when you have to learn the lessons yourself, when you're not
yeah,
taught them, or when you're taught them in a
Mm,
backwards way, like the don't trust
yeah,
strangers, but you could trust anybody that's an adult. That's just not true. Um,
no,
Absolutely.
yeah,
But
yeah.
it kind of also goes back to what you guys' issue was with your friend. Like, there
Mm-hmm.
are how many billion people in this world?
Eight now. Eight. I
Like
think it's eight
8
now.
billion
Eight.
motherfucking people in this world. So I feel like for little girls, for little boys, for anybody really to
Mm-hmm.
feel that any other single person in their life, a boyfriend, a stranger, a friend, a parent,
Family member. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
whoever, has to take any amount of their energy, their time, their soul, their essence, their patience. Like, if they're not owed that, nobody's owed
yeah,
any piece of you
Right.
at all.
absolutely,
Mm.
And if you feel like you're getting too codependent or too enmeshed with another person, just take a step back
mm.
and be like, you know what? There are 8 billion other motherfuckers in this world. Why?
It's a
Why
very
am I
pragmatic
worried
approach. It's
about you?
true.
Yeah. So just,
Yeah,
I'm not going to worry
literally.
about you anymore. So I've had friends who I've had to let go. I've had friends who've let me go, and I've felt consternation about it. And then I'm like, you know what? All right, I'll find new friends. I'll cherish the friends that I have,
Yeah,
but like, I can't, like, it's once I kind of see myself as just one of so many fucking fish in the sea. Like,
yeah,
it's not even that there are so many other fish in the sea. You are one of so many fish. So you can, the hubris to think that
yeah,
this person owes me anything, or that I owe, I have to give them my time and my energy. It's like, no, you really don't. Cause again, who am I? I'm not that important.
Hmm.
And also, who the fuck are you? There's so many other people just like
Yeah.
you.
absolutely.
Like, fuck you. Yeah. Sorry, I get a
And
little
Yeah,
Sophie,
impassioned.
do you think? Yeah, but
yeah,
and
no, no,
do you
I
think
agree
maybe
with
there
it
is
though.
a? Do you think maybe there is this notion that if you take care of yourself, or if you're willing to, or if you have tools to get over these things, if feels from the other side, or it seems like you were undermining the love that you had for that person, and you didn't love them enough, because
Mm,
that's I think what people read of that, right? Oh yeah,
yeah.
if you're not willing to with tolerate everything that I'm bringing to the table, it's because you probably don't love
Yeah.
me enough,
If
right?
you don't
You
like
And
don't
it's
if you
I
care.
think
don't
it's
like me
unfair
at my
framing
worst, you don't
sometimes,
love me
no,
at my best.
things
Yeah.
like that, right? I don't know if the question makes sense, but I feel like
No, it
sometimes
makes
that's
plenty of
they
sense.
make you choose, and I don't think it works that way, right?
No.
That's called a codependent relationship. That's called a unhealthy enmeshment. Like literally, yes, they are right.
Underproductive, like love.
Right. But
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah,
for
yeah,
them
yeah.
to, like, I hate to say it, but my mom is like that. She's like, if you don't do this, and this, and if you don't pass this and this and this arbitrary made up fucking test that I made for you, then you don't love
Yeah, yeah,
me.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
You don't love me
Yeah.
as much as you say you do. And so it's like, okay, fine, sure,
It's with
okay,
me or without me,
all
right?
right,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. So I'm kind of like,
Yeah.
if your fear, or you're trying to make me fear that the way that I feel for you isn't accurate, or it doesn't align with what reality is,
Mm.
then I feel like that's an immediate red flag. That's immediately, okay, this
Yeah, yeah,
person
yeah, 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 yeah.
is projecting, they're a narcissist, something's going on, something's happening where they feel
Yeah.
like for okay, so like for me to look at the sky and be like, okay, the sky is pretty blue today, and then for you to like look at the sky and be like, No, it's not. Like the sky is yellow. What the
Yeah.
fuck are you talking about? Like I feel like okay, immediately there's a rip. So if I'm loving you and I'm calling you and I'm giving you attention, I'm giving you my time, or I'm loving you the way that I feel like the sky is blue and love means what it means to me, and you're suddenly like, no, that's not love, you don't love me, or if you don't pick up when I call you every single time, you don't love me, then
Yeah.
it's like literally
Yeah.
like if you can't fucking see that the sky is blue, like if you don't have the same
Mm.
reality that I do, how can we coexist? Because
Yeah.
I'm not gonna fucking change my brain cells to suddenly see the sky is yellow just because you do, and I'm not gonna try to redefine my intrinsic definition of love just because it's not yours.
Yeah.
So either you
Yeah.
come to the reality that most people see the sky is
Yeah.
blue, or we gonna have to just go look at different
Oh,
parts of
and
the sky. Yeah,
doubting my love for
Yeah.
you because I didn't say that the sky is yellow.
exactly. Like fuck
That's the
that.
thing.
Yeah, and so that's
Yeah.
Not only you're asking me
yeah,
to say that the sky is yellow, you're doubting my love because I'm refusing to do that.
yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
what
But
is
that's
unfair, I
emphasis on
think,
that,
right?
like emphasis on the arbitrary test. Because
Yes,
I think some people do this.
yes,
Like you've now pulled
yes.
out of your ass this thing of like, this is what I expected you to do.
Mm-hmm.
I had no clue that that was the expectation here. And now you're putting like ultimatums on me
Mm-hmm.
about things that I like. I need to now either, because in the situation with my friends, it was more like, this is what I got from it. Obviously, their perspective is different, but it became this thing of like, this is who we expect you to be, and you're not fitting that. I had no clue that this is what you expected me to be.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm like blindsided by the fact that you're disappointed by that.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, I don't agree with that. Like, I don't
Mm-hmm.
believe that that's who I should be. We have different ideas of who I should be,
Mm-hmm.
which I feel is a problem. I don't think that anybody should put their ideas of who I should be on me. You
Exactly.
know, I don't think that that's a very healthy thing to do. But I get what you mean about the like, I mean, the parents thing, like my mom, like it's the manipulation
Mm.
thing of like,
Yes.
yeah, but now you're saying I'm a bad mom. It's like that never came out of my mouth.
But
Like, I
but
never
that's what
said
the
that.
that niggle in you that says, "Oh no, I'm not saying you're a bad mom." That's what we got to dead. That's what we got to stop right now. We got to be like,
Yeah, for sure.
"Okay, if that's your reality, let's allow you to
Yeah,
exist in that reality. If you're
yeah,
feeling like you're a bad mom because da 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 da, fine. Absolutely. Sure.
yeah,
I didn't say that, but
yeah,
if that's how you feel, then maybe that's something you should look at for
yeah.
yourself. So
You
like
need to
Tony
sit
was
with
saying,
that.
yeah, like if Tony's like saying like, "Oh, you somebody's coming at you talking about something, oh, you don't love me because you didn't blah blah blah." Sure. Okay. All right. So I don't love you. If that's how you feel, fine. I don't love you. All right. Sure. And
Yeah.
then you can go back into the pool of 8 billion and I'll go find somebody else
With a B.
exactly who understands the way that I love. Like I genuinely cannot be pressed. I cannot be fucking bothered
Yeah,
anymore in my
yeah,
life. Like even with like just anytime I enter a new like space. So like I'm kind of new to this digital ground game world or whatever. And like even now, like being in the pit with people who are on the left, right? These are people who I think of it's like people who are like supposed to believe like you and want the same
Babe,
things you
babe,
do. Yeah, I
your
feel
thing
like
is
an echo.
echoey.
Oh, sorry.
Did something change? It
Yeah.
was fine before. It was
No,
weird.
I don't know what's up.
That was weird. But I'm just saying, like, so, like, you think people who have the same ideologies and mindsets as you would be like you or be very accepting of you, but
Absolutely.
you
Mm,
still come to face to face with people who have their own implicit biases, their own racisms, their own sexisms, and just because they agree with you on one facet of like politics doesn't mean that you know they'll take you for who you are and not the
absolutely.
presuppositions that their own implicit biases present to them. And so
Absolutely.
that's where it's kind of like, even today, even at 43 years old, even as like an old lady,
Which you don't
Which
look,
is
like,
but okay.
insane. Absolutely, which is insane. This is the first time I'm
Like,
hearing
oh,
come
that,
good.
and I don't
on.
believe it. I'm
That's
being
why I
dead
like,
serious.
She's
I'll give
lying
y'all,
to us. It's fine.
you're sweet. You're so kind. But no, I'm serious. Like I'm an old woman. So like I absolutely,
No,
you know,
yeah,
but you would think like you get to a
I
point in
get
your
you.
life where you know better or it shouldn't
Yeah,
surprise you. Like we were talking about you could be shocked but not surprised. Like and still even today, like I have to do that test for myself. Like, okay, is this somebody I'm really going to engage with or do I just need to cut them loose or
Oh,
whatever the case is.
interesting.
So
Yeah.
it never stops. It never fucking stops. Like I think we always
Yeah.
have to just keep building that discernment muscle because yeah, you're always going to have to just take people for how they come at you. And
yeah,
it's sad.
Yeah.
It's sad, but
Sorry, s- I
absolutely.
felt like. Sorry, go on,
no,
Lo.
go ahead, Tony. What's up?
No, I just feel like in on the previous point, I really, really wanted to like say something, but I couldn't
Mm,
because I'm an example of we praise you when you said that you're doing like the sex stuff with your kids and everything, right?
mm-hmm. That
You have
sounded
here
really.
an example.
That sounds
Yeah, yeah.
weird, babe.
Sorry. Oh my god. uh, yeah.
I got you. I got you. Go ahead.
The sex ed, the
English
sex,
language.
yeah, the sex ed,
Um,
yeah.
but
Go
yeah,
ahead.
in the center that I grew up, and I've discussed this with Michelle. They gave me like sexual education, no,
Mm-hmm.
but not the school bad one, like proper, like understanding uh, the sex is a two-way street. That
Yeah.
everybody should have the right to enjoy sex. That it can be, but it doesn't have to be an extension of the love that you have for someone. No.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm praising you for doing that, you have no idea how competent has made me when it comes to interacting with people that I wanted to give my love and my sex.
Mm-hmm.
But to a point that it just even I fear how my journey of love and sex would have been without those tools, right? Because
Oh.
it's such a personal thing for us, not to be able to express love and sex is a very important thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so when you navigate that through life, hurting people and not taking people feelings into consideration or
Mm-hmm.
pleasure
Mm.
is really bad.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm telling you that one day your kids will thank you for this because you
Oh.
are literally
Absolutely.
make them better because you are giving them tool to be able to navigate sex and love, which again is such a important things of who we are human beings.
Thank you.
To navigate that better and be able
Hey.
to express that and have healthy interactions in that
Yeah.
aspect of life, they are going to thank you forever. Like
Mm.
I'm so grateful that at some point one day they told me, Antonio, twice a week you're gonna go downstairs to the library because he was in the library and you're going to talk about sex and female body parts and male body parts and you're gonna understand what is consent and pleasure and
Mm-hmm.
how to make that better and communication with your partner and how to enjoy sex in a better way, and because of that, like my that aspect of me has been way more enjoyable and more fulfilling, not only enjoyable, more fulfilling.
That's beautiful.
So
Absolutely. Yeah, that's really
Is
lovely,
that
babe.
Spain as a whole, or you had a different experience with your upbringing? Like, how did you come
I
to
just got I
receive
just
that?
got lucky to an extent because when my mom lost my custody of all
Mm.
these centers that I could have ended with, I ended up in one of the best. So they took the time to hire people or like craft specific like little courses about stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them was like it was two main ones that I'm grateful for. It's called social skills,
Mm-hmm.
right? That's why I practice a lot of active listening and I note a lot and I'm showing you that I'm listening to you, right?
Oh, is
And
that
then the
true,
other one is the
Michelle?
sexual.
Yes.
He does.
We're gonna
Baby.
He
check
does.
in. We're gonna
At
confirm
times, at
and
times.
yeah. No, go
No,
No,
ahead.
just
sorry,
I'm
babe.
to
I'm
Sorry, babe. What did
kidding.
you
I'm kidding. Yeah, go
say?
ahead.
oh my god, you're going to Jamaica on your own, okay?
Oh my God, I'm
I will.
sorry. I'm
Um
just throwing a wrench in things.
no, but those are the two ones that I'm the
Yeah.
most grateful for because yeah,
Mm-hmm.
again,
Mm. That's beautiful, man.
so I got lucky to an extent. Like I don't know how lucky you are if your mom loses your custody, but yeah, I would
No,
consider myself
exactly.
lucky.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
sorry
no,
that
you
happened
had
to
the best
you.
outcome.
Considering
Yeah,
all things considered, yeah. But what
Yeah,
absolutely.
exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
can you
Tell
do
me,
you feel
Sophie.
comfortable like expanding on that? What happened?
100%, 100%. You can make as many questions as you want.
Yeah, like what were you are
Um,
you okay? Like are you guys reconciled or what happened?
well, the things that funny enough, when you get to like 18, um, at that point, because you have what is it called, a legal age,
Mm-hmm.
um, you no longer has to stay there. But
Mm.
funny enough, before I got to legal age, my mom actually got my custody back, like legally. She fought for it and she got it back.
Really?
No,
That's great.
um, yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah.
good.
I mean, the things that you know that sometimes your relationship with something or someone gets better precisely because you are not as close to that person, right? My
Mm.
relationship with Spain is better now because I don't live in Spain, right? I
Mm.
visit Spain.
Mm-hmm.
Well, with my mom, my relationship with her is now good because she's there. I'm here. There is really no resentment. I wish we had a conversation about everything that happened, but we could never. And also, once you grow up and you understand her childhood,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
everything checked. So it's also like getting older and becoming more understanding on why people behave the way that they behave, without
That's
justifying
good.
things, of course, but
Yeah.
you do get more understanding.
That's so deep,
Yeah.
man. Wow. Absolutely. Wow. Like
And
honestly,
ultimately, is it
yeah, no, go.
just quickly? It's very hard for me to like deny the complications, the emotional complication that I went through because of that. Because you're a kid, but you look around and everybody has a dad and whatever and a mom.
Mm.
But it's also impossible for me to don't see that it was precisely because that center and the people that I grew up with that I am as competent as I am, right?
Wow.
Um, and something that I've never told my mom, and I don't know if I ever will, that I don't even know what I would be if I were to grow up with her.
Yeah. Oh wow.
So
Yeah.
I'm okay like acknowledging those two things, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a
I mean,
super deep.
absolutely. Yeah, it is. And I think like I yeah, like I said, I think like you have been so lucky in that you had the best outcome considering the
Mm-hmm.
situation.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like, I see you with your mum now and I see her like, in the sense of like she loves you a lot, she loves her
100%.
kids,
Yeah.
but she obviously just has had a lot of stuff happen to her
Mm-hmm.
in her life
Yeah.
that's caused her to have all of this stuff, which is difficult, and it makes it complex, in terms of like
Right.
how you reconcile
Right.
the two of like you and my
Right.
parent, but you also had a lot of fucked up shit happening to you,
Yeah.
and like, but also it makes it harder as well when they don't acknowledge it because it's just kind of like, but I think you're at a point, babe, where you're kind of like, you know what, like she doesn't need to acknowledge it because you already know. Do you know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean?
No,
Like
for
you don't
sure.
need her to
But
acknowledge anything.
no, 100%. But Michelle, you know the story of my mom. Imagine having your childhood pretty much stolen from you because she was working since she was like 14.
Mm.
And then when you get to adulthood, you have to marry a man that you don't love when in reality you love women. So
Mm.
my mom, the journey of my mom has been pretty much not being able to live her life. That
Mm-hmm.
is as destructive to your soul as something can be, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So,
Wow.
right?
Wow.
Um, so we have to take that into consideration, right? She never had the tools to like really make her kids like competent people in anything really, right? All she
Mm-hmm.
did is like
Absolutely.
loving us, take care of us, fight for us like hell for sure.
It sounds
But
like, yeah.
like
Mm,
after that, like no one ever gave her tools to really
yeah.
deal with this shit. If anything,
Mm-hmm.
they make it difficult for her. No.
God.
Absolutely. Just throwing more obstacles in it. And I think she
Yeah.
probably held a lot of resentment towards you guys
Yeah.
about the fact that this was also her life that she didn't choose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You
And
know?
then she
and
probably
also again, this is why
resented that she
it
felt the
just
resentment. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Complicated.
It's
yeah,
a
and
It's
vicious
a
again, just
cycle.
to just so we have the full picture again, like
mm-hmm.
imagine that one of those people that are causing you the most pain is your mom. In this case, was her mom.
Mm,
Like when you put all those pieces together, you go, I don't
Yeah.
know how is she even alive because it just
yeah,
no.
Oh, poor
So
baby.
yeah, no. Right
absolutely.
now, like I'm happy that everything uh, happened as it happened. It is true that once I left the center and I went to live with her, she was with a woman that it was just a really, 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 really ugly person.
Mm.
That was
Mm-hmm.
difficult to navigate for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But those time passed too, and I'm in a very good point with my mom right now. So
Oh, that's
I'm
good.
happy because of that.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Hmm.
She's a character. She's a
Yeah, yeah,
character.
I'm glad she's still like now able to live her truth and that you guys are reconciled. Like that's
oh, 100% for
beautiful.
sure.
I'm sorry that both of you had to go through what you did. I'm curious,
Yeah,
Michelle,
yeah.
if you like you were saying how your mother has these
Yeah,
manipulative qualities and whatnot. Um, I'm
yeah.
curious about like what was her childhood like? What was it like for her growing?
Mm.
So my mom was one of 10 kids.
Jesus,
She was the youngest girl. Yeah, exactly.
good
She was the
God.
youngest girl. Um, she had like she grew up in Uganda.
Mm-hmm.
She had like a very like my granddad was a minister in the church.
Mm,
She had a very like Christian, like family oriented upbringing.
mm-hmm.
Um, she kind of was like closest to the sibling just above her.
Mm-hmm.
They were super, 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 super close. And when she had a baby, my aunt, and then when she had the second baby, she passed away during childbirth.
Oh no.
And my mum was like obviously devastated.
Yeah.
And she ended up looking after my aunt's kid, which is now my sister. So
Oh
she raised her
wow.
as she raised her as her own, and she's
Oh,
my
so
older sister. We
her
grew up
so
together.
she lost the baby when she passed too?
So yeah, she lost. Yes, exactly. So she
Oh,
passed, and the baby died
honey.
as well.
Oh, I'm
And her
sorry.
husband, like, yeah, my sister's dad, like, he went off like the rails, like drinking. He was fucked after that, so he couldn't look after her. So
Yeah.
my mom and dad took on my now sister,
Mm-hmm.
brought her here, and we grew up together. Um, But yeah, my dad was just a piece of shit to her. My
Oh
mom, he
no.
cheated. Like, no, literally, he
Oh.
was a cheater, lying, stealing money, hiding money, like, not coming back at night and just being a piece of shit. And she had to raise us basically on her own.
Mm.
Um, and then my sister got pregnant at 18 and left the house. My dad kicked her out, and my mom just didn't know what to do.
Mm.
And then so my mom's like kind of she's she's done the best that she could, and she made my childhood so rich and so full with experiences.
Yeah.
She made
Same
sure
for
that
my
I never
mom. Yeah.
had to want for anything.
Yeah.
She made sure I never had to want for anything. I was always like having the things I wanted, going on holiday, spending time with my friends, doing activities. I did every single activity. I did trampolining, skating, swimming,
Nice.
gymnastics. I did everything, right?
Yeah.
Because she was just like she was so busy, and I think she also wanted me to have a social life.
Mm-hmm.
So she made sure that I had the best I could. And then, like, her and my dad's relationship, they ended. She got a new partner, and I
Mm-hmm.
was just not having it because I was
Mm.
like 12 and I was like, who the hell is this person? Like, I don't know you. I don't have a relationship with my dad. And this guy was being so pressy on my mum to like move in and escalate the relationship so quickly.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I don't know this man. Do you know what I mean? Like, give me a minute. Like, my dad's just moved out. Like, I
Oh
don't.
God.
And she
Yeah.
was just kind of like stuck between a rock and a hard place. She's like, I need to be in love. I deserve to have happiness. I deserve to have love, which she does, you
Sure,
know.
but you
But,
also have other
but
lives to consider.
there's a kid. Do you
Yes.
understand? She's
Yes.
a 12-year-old who's like, dealing with the fact that her dad's not around, and she
Yes.
just didn't know how to deal with that. And she ended up basically choosing this guy every time,
Oh, I'm sorry.
in the situation of just like him like wanting to move in. She let that happen despite the fact that, oh,
She's like bugging me.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I'm
sorry.
sorry. Queenie.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I don't know what she wants. She's
so
just a little old
cute.
lady.
the
I feel
cuteness
She's
indulgent.
so
interrupted the
I'm so
cute. I
conversation.
sorry. I
So
know.
cute.
know. No, that's fine. I saw her like running about in the back, like just kind of
Yeah, I
looking
don't know what she
Oh,
around.
look at
wants.
her eyes.
She
Oh,
never she
She's
never
so cute.
really she never really does this anymore. She's so old. She's like
such a good
almost
girl, no?
15.
Like very chill, very.
She's needing
Yeah,
some
I have
cuddles.
two dogs and she's super chill. They're both really really cool. But no, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, 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 that's
It's just she
fine.
wanted some loving.
Anyway,
Hmm.
long story short, like I felt like, yeah, my mom just had she's the way I describe my mom is she's a girl. She's just a girl. You know, I think she genuinely,
I
Yes.
she's
feel that
just a
love, by the way.
girl.
That I think I get where you're coming from, and I feel that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. Sorry, go on.
She's very childlike. She's very
Mm-hmm.
juvenile in her ways.
Mm-hmm.
She wants people to make decisions for her. She doesn't want to have to do the
Oh.
hard conversations. She
Yeah.
doesn't want to have to deal with that stuff. Like, she just, yeah, she's just kind of like, yeah. And so her current partner, like, we've had disputes for a very long time. They've been together for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And like, we just, like, we're cordial, but like, he's so bad for her. Like,
Mm.
he doesn't give her the love that she deserves. And just, sorry, baby, echoey.
It's echoing again all of a sudden.
Sorry,
Yeah, it was
It
him.
was
I
fine.
just want to mute myself. Sorry.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, you know when you like, it's like think of all the people that you love so much, and you're like, you're such a good person, and you deserve a good person,
Mm-hmm.
and she's just every single time this guy's done horrible things to her, mean things to her,
Mm-hmm.
or been mean to me, she's
Mm.
chosen him and been like, yeah, like just never anything weird, but just being disrespectful, or shouting at me,
Mm.
or like just saying things out of term to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it took her a long time to defend me. And so we used to butt heads on that all the time because I just felt like no one was in my corner, you
Oh.
know?
Yeah.
So
Oh
that
man.
was hard,
Oh.
but like we're fine now. I think I just understand the fact that she's just like when we've had disagreements and stuff, like she she's like gone upstairs and slammed the door and like stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? And I just see her
Yes.
like that and I'm like,
Yes.
I can't, like, I'm mad, but I almost can't be mad at it because I just know that you're a child, you know, and you
And
don't
we
Yes.
spoke about
see it.
it.
And I,
Sorry, we spoke about it the other day. Not love how you just refused to take a relationship advice for your mom precisely because of these things.
Yo, exactly.
absolutely.
No, I feel you so fucking hard on that. Like my mom is very it's weird how I think they took different paths to end up at the same place, my mom and your mom.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
because like she's very much like she was married to my dad for 25 years, something like that. And
Wow.
he was like her second relationship. And
Ever.
then they got yeah, and then they got
Ever.
married. And
Wow.
then you know, and then they divorced and then he remarried and so she just could not tolerate that.
Mm.
So then, you know, I'm in doing my thing. I'm having my relationships. I've been with my husband for 16 years. We've been married for
Wow.
11 years and we like so it's like at this point and I've had so many more relationships with men, women, you know, so I have a much bigger breadth of knowledge when it comes to relationships than she ever will. And yes, she still wants to try to, you know, tell me stuff and give me advice, and it's
She's
hilarious.
got the answers.
It's
Yes.
hilarious. And then, but what?
Somehow.
Yes, but like what you're saying about your parents still being essentially children hits so fucking hard, Michelle,
It's
because
so true. Yeah.
but I feel like that's like I didn't really quite have the vocabulary for how I treat people, but like that's kind of what it is. Like most adults, I think, are basically just big ass fucking kids, and so like
100%.
you're gonna have to
It
like
sounds crazy,
coddle.
but it's
Yeah,
exactly like that. Yes.
yes,
Yes.
but like on the flip side, it's so funny, huh? Okay, go. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. She doesn't like when I curse. Go, go, go. Go to the
Okay.
bathroom and go to bed. Good
Oh,
night.
that's so cute.
But she said I heard that.
No
But
swearing.
like, but with her, like it's funny though. Like I do treat people. I try to respect their inner child or the fact that they probably haven't regressed past a certain age, just depending on how they behave, you know. But with my kids, I don't treat them like kids. Yes, what's up? You gotta go to bed. This is Cloud.
Oh,
Hi.
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 Hello.
Hi, this is
So
Michelle. This is
cute.
Tony. Okay, but you gotta go to bed, okay?
Hi.
Mm. Good
Oh,
night.
she's
Go.
Oh
so
my gosh,
pretty.
she's the
Thank
cutest
you.
thing ever.
Thank you. Okay. Good
Stop.
So
night.
what is she
Oh,
wearing? It's so
Okay.
cute.
stop.
Bye.
It's so cute.
She's so sweet. She needs to be sleeping because it's 10. But
Quite
she has
late.
school tomorrow. Yeah, but like I respect that. Yes, she's a child. I don't, like even with the sex ed stuff, like I will never teach her beyond, her age. Like
No, of course,
but
yeah,
um
No, no, it makes sense
but
for
I treat
sure.
her like I teach her like an adult. Like I feel
yeah,
like I'm
absolutely.
training her to be an adult. Like I don't even see that I have children. I have little mini adults and I have to get her ready for
If you take
adulting,
them seriously, yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
But
Yeah,
even when it comes to stuff like your sister, your poor sister, having to navigate sex as a teenager and then pregnancy as a teenager and then to not get
yeah,
the support from her own fucking family,
absolutely.
that's
Yeah,
abysmal, and that would never happen in my household because I respect that
absolutely.
she is a human animal. She's going to have desires and urges, and it's my job to teach her how to be safe, how to choose good partners. I have no qualms about her having sex. I feel like that's one of these things where I do not understand, especially with fathers, like how they behave like their little girls
It's
having
true. It's
sex
so
is so
weird.
gross or weird. It's like they're fucking people.
They make it weird. Yeah, exactly.
They
They make
make
it
it
weirder than it actually
weird.
is.
Like with
You want
It's
them to
traumas,
one of the most
fall
we
like
natural
they
things
give
ever,
their daughters
literally.
away, and just this weird virginity complex, and especially in the
Cringe.
Christian culture, like it's so cringe. And so like
Big time.
I'm never going to teach her to place value on her virginity. I'm never going to put that shit on a fucking pedestal. I'm literally going to be like, look, yeah, like first of all, she comes to me about everything. Like, and I make sure that that's always going to happen. Like, I'm never going to judge her or be mad at her for coming at me with anything. So if she comes to me one day and it's like, "Mom, I'm really thinking I'm with this guy for a long time or with this girl for a long time and we're ready to take it to the next level," I want to not be like encouraging. I want to give her the questions that she needs to ask herself and ask of her partner. I want to give her the tools to be safe. I want to, mentally and
Absolutely.
physically, so I think that's another thing. It's like, yes, I think most adults are just big children with or big kids with like human adult suits on. you know, my
Yeah,
mom included, for God's sake. But like
yeah.
we also need to respect that our little kids will one day
Yeah.
be adults and they'll
They're
be adults
they're
for far
people.
longer than they'll
Yeah,
ever be children. Yeah.
absolutely. Absolutely. I
Yeah.
definitely agree with that. I think like treating them that they're like people with their own mind. They're
Yes.
able to make their own choices. They're able
Yes.
to understand things.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think what a lot of people do is think you're a kid, you don't understand. It's just like kids understand so much more than like adults think.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like my mum, when I was younger, would be like, you don't understand this, or you were too young to understand this. When I did, I saw what was going on. I knew what was going on. I knew what wasn't right. I knew what was right. And
Exactly.
like I was able to decipher between the two.
Mm-hmm.
But I think like infantilizing kids for so long gives
Mm-hmm.
them a really like it just can have really negative effects
Mm-hmm.
in the future in terms of how
Agreed.
they see themselves as well. And I think like yeah, I think even my mom, like my niece, my sister's daughter, she's 19 now. Um
What?
she's grown. She's
Wow.
grown.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she's grown, but she's still like, yeah, but she's grown and I absolutely adore her. She's great.
Oh.
Um, but she's like her and my sister's had really like lots of mental health issues,
Mm-hmm.
which have caused like a rift between her and her daughter, like my niece,
Oh.
like over time, just because of decisions she's made out of the stuff that she's been going through.
Mm-hmm.
But my sister's always raised her in an environment where she can be open with her and talk to her about things.
Mm-hmm.
So when my niece came out to my sister embraced it. She cried. You know what
Oh.
I mean? She embraced it. But my niece spoke to her about it and told her, okay, I have a girlfriend. This is who I'm seeing, and can she spend time here? And my sister was like more than happy to have that,
Mm-hmm.
like in the open, and because whatever. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it's whatever. But with the way that we were raised, it was not whatever. So like my
Right.
mom, that's caused a rift between my niece and my mum now, and
Mm.
my mum's like, but she's a child, like she needs to respect me. I'm like, one, she's not a child, and two, respect you on what basis? If she
Right.
needs space from you, she needs space from you,
Right. How
and there's
have you
nothing I can do about
respected
it. Because she's like,
her? Yeah.
absolutely. And she's like, I was like, at first I was thinking about getting involved and like speaking to my niece, but then I was like, she's an adult. When she decides that she wants to speak to my mom, she will.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to get involved in that relationship. Like, that's completely on her. If she feels like it's not safe
Mm-hmm.
for her to do that, like that's completely her decision.
Yeah. Yep.
So my mum navigating that and me having to say to her, look, like you are approaching this in a completely wrong way. And
Mm-hmm.
if you, the more you keep telling her she's a child, she's a child, she's a child, she's going to pull away from you because she's going to see that you don't see her for who she
100%.
is
Mm-hmm.
at this
Yeah.
point in time, which is a full grown adult making her own choices. Um,
Absolutely.
so
Absolutely.
yeah, like it's
She's
a
she's relegating herself to being what just another one in the 8 billion. Like so
absolutely,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
yeah,
And maybe
Uh,
like
yeah.
up to your point about like that not being okay when you grow up and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Um, this is just so Sophie knows about this. One of the things that it was like for me super interesting to understand how you arrived to some of the positions that you have.
Mm-hmm.
It was because you would tell me about how you feel about many different issues, and then you would explain to me your family environment. It wouldn't make sense to me, right? And
me,
then you
yeah,
explained to
yeah,
me,
Mm-hmm.
and then you explained to me that it was mostly through friendships and people that you met, uh, in uni, in high school, and everything. No,
Mm-hmm.
so for
yeah.
me, it was very refreshing. It was like cool to know because to me, I had the answers very clear. It was the caterers, these courses. Like I know why I have the tools that I have to understand love in a healthy way. No,
Mm-hmm.
but then she was blaming her background, and I would see how well she navigates all these things, and it wouldn't make sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's cool that in her situation it was just friends, having friends that you can talk about love and sex, personal relationships, no,
Mm-hmm.
and without someone giving you a specific guideline, just because you get to an extent lucky with your friends, you can learn about healthy dynamics with
Mm-hmm.
people, no.
Mhm.
And it was it
Yeah,
was
for sure.
it was a moment, like for me it was again a learning moment, to also see that people can arrive to healthy positions in life, uh, in different ways, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
um,
for
absolutely.
sure.
which was very
Absolutely.
very cool.
Yeah, which I think
That's
like
good.
in turn, I think makes certain things difficult in terms of my friendships
Mm-hmm.
that I have lost because they were such a big part of my life and felt like family to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I felt like they accepted me completely, you know? And I guess having the realization that somebody doesn't accept you unless you fall in line of their expectations of you
Right.
can be a
Right.
very
Yeah,
difficult thing to
Yeah.
like come to, you know?
Like the terms with and so,
and
yeah.
it
Yeah.
and it's a
Absolutely.
beautiful thing, no, like
Yeah.
is those little things like teach me that we are very different but still so similar, because
Ooh,
that's not
yeah.
the only example. For example, you go to your atheist position more as a consequence of feeling at some point shame of the things that you were doing, and not being, at some point you understood that it's probably not cool that you're feeling shame for essentially learning more about yourself and being
Mm-hmm.
probably for the first time in your life being able to really understand what you like, no, and feeling shame about that didn't make sense for you.
Because
When in my case
you're
I got to my
queer as
atheist
well,
position,
right?
that was no,
I
sorry.
am, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
I am queer, yeah.
like I
Right, yeah,
same.
we are.
Yeah. So I feel like
Yeah, yeah.
that's
Well,
where
Yeah.
and in my case, it was more like through
yeah.
logic and,
Yeah.
more like. So that's another situation where like, oh wow, it's cool that we are like arriving to similar positions
Mm-hmm.
through different ways, right? Because look,
Absolutely.
this is a journey, right? Politics. This is one thing that I don't know why some people don't understand it. Politics and all these things. We are ultimately humans. Your
Mm-hmm.
personal journey matters, right?
Mm-hmm.
You should like investigate it and review it, but it doesn't make it less true. It's not.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Communities and politics and society and economy is made by people, right? So we have to
Yeah.
understand our personal experience and that how much with everything that is going around us, right?
Oh yeah.
I think.
Oh,
Yeah, for
absolutely.
sure.
I agree with that.
Yeah. But yeah, it's
Especially
true. The shame.
yeah.
Yeah, what were you gonna say? Sorry, Sophie.
No, just I think we were about to say the exact same thing. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say what he said is right about the shame thing.
Yeah.
Like, and also I'm not atheist actually. I'm like, no, to
No,
be
that's
honest.
Well, you're
I'm
fair.
spiritual.
agnostic, I
I
would
believe
say,
in
no? Like,
I am more agnostic. I believe in things and stuff, some stuff.
You
Um,
burn
and I
sage
it's
both
and
true. I
all
think
believe
you're,
that.
in
you're
You have
right. You're right.
crystals.
What I should say
I
that
do
you're
burn
very
sage and I do
anti-religious,
have
no?
crystals.
I feel
Yeah,
like you're
I
I
am
that's
anti-religious.
like part of the journey to atheism is the spiritual place. Like I know where you are, and that's okay.
Like, yeah, I mean, I'm like there, but I'm also like, I don't know, if I come back as like an animal, like reincarnated and stuff, I'd understand that. I'd be like, I thought so. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but
Right,
if
right, right.
if the void is the
That's
void,
so
then it's the
funny.
void. But I think, yeah, like the shame thing, what he was saying is like a big thing, and like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, but
it's
maybe
a really
I
like
would,
harrowing thing.
Mm. What's up, Tony?
right, right, right. But I will also say, sorry, that I think just give credit to yourself. You are very skeptical with dogmas and ideology. Like, I feel like the more I know, like, the more I get to know you, you are not a fan of believing things just for believing in them.
Mm.
And I
No.
do see the even in your hardcore, positions, you review them quite a bit,
Mhm.
which is very very healthy, right? So I
Mhm.
think I think there is a part of religion that you don't like because the lack of acceptance of some people in society, but also because you don't
Yeah.
believe in don't be able to change your mind. Like you don't like dogmas, you don't like ideology,
Yeah.
and
And
I
Mhm.
I
think
also
that's
think
very
like
very healthy.
I also think it's like so like I don't know, people are just so like not stupid, but I think people are so I also what I didn't like about religion because I was very Christian
Mhm.
for like
Hmm.
when I was like 18, 19, and like I would ask people like pastors in church like why this and why that, and they're like, well, you just got to believe, you got to have faith in your heart, and that's what God needs from you. And I'm just like, all right, that doesn't answer my
Yeah, what the
question.
fuck?
And I went to so many people and I was like, so guys, like, what's the deal? Like, why this? Why did this happen? Why did they take books out of the Bible? Like what? Like I'm asking so many questions here.
Yeah.
And they're
You
like,
just gotta believe.
well, yeah, literally. And I
Mhm.
think that was just never satisfying enough for me. And so I just pulled away because I was like, you guys don't know what you're talking about. And I don't want to be led by somebody who is one underqualified to be
Thank
in this
you.
position.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
yes.
that's
The
what I was
fact
trying
that
to
they
say,
act
love.
as
That
marriage counselors and shit is beyond
oh
me,
yeah,
but
This is,
yeah,
yeah.
do you know
yeah.
what,
Mhm.
Sophie? Like, that's such a point. My friend, one of my friends, like, because I still have Christian friends,
Mhm.
one of my
Same,
friends,
yeah.
she's like, she's like getting married. I don't know if I told you this, babe, but she's getting married to this guy. And like the way she talks about their relationship, first of all, is like she seems like she's really happy, which I appreciate. But the way she talks about their relationship is like these steps of like, yeah, and I met his parents, and then we're gonna go next year to meet my parents, and then we're gonna do this, and we're going through a 8-step premarital counseling with church.
What? What? What the?
And you know
Why?
what? They're probably paying for it too.
Don't
But maybe are
say
you
that.
trying to
They're
say that
probably
Don't say
although
paying
that.
for it too. They're
are
probably
you trying
paying
to say
for it.
maybe there is like an element of religion that takes care of like love, for example, through marriage? They also have a. I think this is the thing. There is this notion sometimes from the left that there are aspects of society the conservatives are taking care of better than we do.
Mm.
Institutions like marriage or specific communities. But
Mhm.
then you have a look at them, you go, but bro, sometimes it feels like they're breaking down this like it's an Excel sheet. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
some of the behaviors that they have is like, okay, are they really doing this better than we do? Because this feels like an instruction to build a shelf from IKEA, right?
Yeah.
So what you were saying about this 8 step, like it checks because sometimes they have this approach and no, 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 trust me, like if you follow this and this, your marriage
Right.
will work.
If you just
And like
believe, if you just have
I'm not
faith, yeah.
sure.
Mhm. Can I have 2 points that are really percolating up for me from what you said, Michelle, and from what you said, Tony. Like the idea that first of all, that just shows your freaking insane intelligence, I think. Like so I feel like my kid could never be religious ever because let somebody try to tell her that a woman gave birth to a baby without having sex and without having a man involved. She because again, we do our sex ed stuff. So when we get to the point where we're talking about the actual deed, she's going to know how that works.
As
Like even
simple as
like
that. Wow. Yes.
even right now, she came up to me one day and she was like, "Ah, where do babies come from?" And I was like, "Oh, well, daddies and men, they have seeds and they plant them in mommies or women and or people with uteruses, whatever." And then that's how babies are made. And she was like, "Okay, moved on, next thing." So but when she's ready
Interesting.
to have a deeper conversation about that, I think even with the seed thing, she can know right away, like, okay, you're coming to me telling me that a virgin, a person who never had a seed planted in her, somehow, okay, that doesn't make sense. You're telling me, scientifically that water was turned into wine. That doesn't make sense. You're telling me that somebody walked on what? That doesn't make sense. You're telling me that the earth was made in a day, but I know it took billions of years. And like, so literally nothing in religion will make sense to her. Hey, Tony. So like, it's one of those things where
Hi.
the education that I feel like I'm providing my kid right now is almost like a protective force against the bullshit. But the second thing I wanted to say is that I think a thing that agnostics and spiritual people fear about taking that next step to atheism is that somehow they'll lose that mysterious quality of it, that whimsy, the wonder, when I think as a
Yeah.
very strong atheist, it's so much more intrinsic in me. Like I absolutely am blown away by the sheer amount of coincidences and happenstance that had to occur for this remote control to exist. Like for how does this light up? Somebody invented a fucking diode and then that somebody built on that knowledge to create LED and then electricity. That blows my fucking mind. Like literally this world is amazing. It's so beautiful. It's so spectacular and I think you know there's literally no room for me to attach or attribute that to anything other than just the majesty of what it is I'm experiencing at this moment. So, like, I cannot suddenly say, that, oh, this is wonderful and thank God, God did it. How dismissive is that? How fucking
Yeah, exactly.
belittling and sullying is that of the wonder of this beautiful microphone? Like, I
Yeah,
can't do
yeah.
it. So, as an atheist, I maintain my wonder and my joy and my bliss. And I also feel like I'm truly blessed. I am probably the most blessed person I've ever met. I don't take shit for granted. I'm just not blessed by anything. But I count
Right.
my blessings. I absolutely cannot believe that I have two amazing children. Their stories, both of them are insane. The fact that like I live in this country and like
My
just
luck is my blessing. No
exactly.
one.
It's lucky. Like I'm so fucking lucky. So I think what I would say is luck. Other people I feel would call like a blessing or God is doing something for them. And again, I think it's dismissive of the real people and real experiences and
Yeah.
real things that
Mm,
occurred to get me here. So like even like my the little baby that I have, who's 2, or the kid you saw, the 6-year-old, she was adopted, right? And so like the whole process of going to the foster care thing and we were trying to get a kid through DSS because we wanted to, get a child through foster care. And suddenly they opened up this track for us to work with moms who knew they were going to want to give their babies up or whatever,
Yeah.
relinquish their kids.
wow.
And so we were suddenly, we have bunk beds. We're ready for older kids. We've gone through all our classes. We get licensed. We're getting calls about children. Unfortunately, some were like 7 sibling sets and shit. Like so we're
Wow,
still waiting
yeah.
for the right kid, and then suddenly, oh hey, that book you put out because you wanted to show moms who were ready to deliver that you could you might want a baby. Somebody somebody likes you and they want to give you their daughter, and then that falls
Oh,
through. And then the
oh,
next like fucking week it happens again, and then you get this beautiful baby that you
mm,
get to love and cherish and have from the day she's like 2 days old. So like
mm,
her adoption story is wild, and like just it's fucking wild. And so like but so I get that at every turn I feel like a religious person cannot appreciate it as much as I do, because they would literally be
mm.
like, look at what God did. Look at God did. God, fuck God. I put in the work to do the fucking documentation. Me and my husband did these classes. We fucking
Yeah.
built this book to make sure that any mom who saw it was going to pick us by God. Like it was fucking perfect.
Mm,
Like we did everything. We did it. And so I'm absolutely like, I refuse to give that to anybody else. And she did it. The fact that she was born
mm.
at 32 weeks, she was born early, she fought, she's still here with us. She's just the kindest, sweetest fucking kid you'll ever meet. Like so like I got to give her the credit. I can't give that to anybody else. And so I just think it's so sad to me. Like people who are so religious think that atheists don't have this ability somehow to appreciate the majesty and beauty and wonder
And it's quite
of
common.
this
It's
world.
true.
Yeah.
It's super common
Yeah,
to people,
absolutely. I
by the
think
way.
like,
Yeah, yeah.
sorry, babe, you're on mute because I muted you because you were echoing.
Sorry,
Sorry.
sorry. Yeah, yeah. I don't know what's going on. My laptop
Love
was
you, babe.
working today.
Sorry.
No, I appreciate her. It's a
You
very
are still
common talking
muted.
point, and
Love, hold on, wait.
it
Let me
sucks.
unmute you.
Hold on.
There you go. You're back. You're back. You're back.
No, yeah, no, no. But I'm gonna let you talk, baby, because I have a super non-deep point to add to this, which is I think that people misunderstand atheism is a more neutral position that people think.
Hmm.
Is I don't believe in God, meaning I'm not denying the existence of God. I'm just waiting for you to prove it to me. I don't believe in it, right?
Yeah.
Not very
Mm.
deep, but
I
I just feel like
I
No,
would even
sometimes
say
again it's a
that's
super strong.
I think
Yeah, yeah.
that's
Sorry,
the
go.
agnostic position. Like waiting
No, no,
for
no. The
proof.
agnostic position.
I'm
So
more like I know for a fucking fact there is no God. There's no God. Like
okay,
there's
but then
no
I think you're an anti. I think it's called anti-theist because
mm.
uh, atheism is a term that addresses belief, and agnosticism is a term that addresses knowledge. So I
Ah.
don't know if there is a
mm,
God. I don't believe there is one, right?
Hmm.
Um,
mm,
it's not fully neutral, but it's more neutral than people believe. But there's such a
yeah.
non-deep point.
No,
Yeah,
I
you
was
can
gonna
say
say
anything.
what
Yeah.
I was gonna say is that like obviously like meeting Antonio and obviously now meeting you, Sophie, like you are two people who I've met that are like are so grateful for things like probably the most grateful people I've met, and you don't believe in God. You're not
Oh.
like that is the craziest thing to me, is that like it's true. Is that like you are told as a Christian to be so grateful to God,
Yeah.
and like the two people that I know that are them probably like experiencing the most gratitude that I've like ever seen, or at least in the past like 5 years or 10 years, are people who don't believe in God.
Oh
So
wow.
like
Wow.
it's people,
It's
and then again
ironic,
like
yes.
Yeah.
it is ironic, and it's like there's good and bad people everywhere. Some of the kindest, sweetest people I've met like are Christian, and then some
Hmm.
of the other kindest people and sweetest people I've met are Muslim. Some of the other kindest and sweetest people I've met don't believe in God at all, and like have maybe some other fucked up opinions about some other people.
Hmm.
But like, you know what I mean? Like people are so complex in that way.
Can
And
I
I
ask,
just think that
can
it's
I ask you a
true that
question?
like,
Oh no, no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
yeah.
You think
No,
it's
no, no, no,
true?
go for it, go for it.
No, no, you think it's true what?
Uh, can't remember what I was going to say now.
I am so
No, no, that's
sorry. Oh
fine.
gosh.
No, 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 it's fine, it's fine. What were you
Well,
gonna ask?
I wanted to ask you like if you meet someone oh, is that your kitty?
Yes.
Oh,
I don't know what he's up to. He's so
It's
clingy.
by
Babe, look.
baby.
he's
She's just laying there with
huge.
you.
Yes.
Gosh, he's huge.
Oh, Sophie, he's such
Yeah.
a good
It's
boy.
like, babe,
Oh, I makes
he's
me
very
think of
good.
our friend. Oh gosh, what's his name? He was so sweet. He lost his cat. The guy who showed us his kitty
Oh
Oh,
at the
the
yeah.
restaurant.
guy
I can't remember
from
his name.
Romania. That guy was lovely,
Yeah,
by
he
the
was
way.
Yeah,
so
he's really lovely.
wonderful.
Yeah. Oh,
Can't remember
Sophie,
his
It'll
name.
come to me. But oh yeah, what's up, Tony?
Wait,
no,
wait, what were you gonna
oh,
ask?
no, no. Sophie was first. I think she wants to say something. No.
Yeah, you were gonna
Well,
ask something.
what
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
ask you will probably open a can of worms. What were you gonna say, Tony? And I'll come back
No,
to
no.
it.
It just to add like one more thing to your point. Martin Heidegger. He was a philosopher. No,
Okay.
he said that one of the reasons the afterlife doesn't make sense for him is because we're ultimately very, very temporal beings. No,
Yeah. Yeah.
he said that we are temporal beings, that we are stuck between the collective tradition
Mhm.
and our individual future. No,
Mhm.
and if you have an eternal life, things like cost of opportunity, accountability, responsibilities that disappear. There is not a difference between doing something today and doing it tomorrow.
Mhm.
The value of doing things in a specific moment for us would disappear.
Mhm.
And I don't think that's a little thing about us. I think that is something that completely define everything that we do. No,
Mhm.
Very
of
true.
course there is the argument that in an afterlife there is nothing really to do. But I'm trying to go deeper
Right.
than that. I'm just trying to say that these are things that really, really define everything that we are and everything that we do.
I
And
agree.
to don't
Yeah.
have things like accountability, or you the concept of missing someone would disappear, right? So
Yeah,
Right.
it's
Right.
absolutely.
hard to picture a life where you would give up so much of humanity,
Mhm.
because no, but you would be happy. Why would I would be happy? You're telling me to give up missing people,
Mhm.
accountability, love, pain. Like, I don't. It's hard for me to buy that there is like a place in somewhere where my soul is gonna be happy
Yeah.
without those things that clearly define
Oh
who
my
we are.
God.
No.
Exactly. Exactly. What's funny is I literally just saw, and I haven't forgotten my question, but what I just literally saw a TikTok that was so interesting about how um, we need struggle, we need adversity, we need, you know, we need to push against something to help us to grow. He was saying that basically, as a species, we are fully domesticated. He's like, if you look at like a pig and the big pink pretty little porker that we all know and love, like those are domesticated pigs. He said you take that same pig and you put it out in the wild, within months it's feral, it's growing coarse hair, it's growing tusks, it becomes a boar. And so
Mm,
basically, he's saying that humans are so domesticated. We have alleviated all of our personal problems and angst to such a degree that, that's why
mm.
we're all kind of fat. We're all kind of, we're all kind of like, um, you know, um, like basically like we have these mindsets of
Lazy.
children essentially. Yeah. And I was
Yeah,
like,
for
damn, that's
sure. Like
interesting, especially men.
we've regressed.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
saying in particular men, but I'd say as a species, I think we absolutely, not me. I'm a grown ass woman, but like most men, he was saying are
Yeah,
still children essentially because they haven't
yeah,
been pushed into phenotypically having to become experientially men. And I absolutely think that's true. So just given
interesting.
what Tony was talking about, I was like, okay, that makes sense. About even if you
Yeah,
apply it to like religion, like why is the desire to be in a heaven where you have no struggle and no
struggle.
adversity?
Yeah,
Because then you're just gonna stay stagnant, you're gonna stay in the same place, you're gonna regress.
sounds
And
boring.
so I was like, oh, that's
Absolutely.
interesting. Oh, and is he
Yeah.
gone, or did you just turn
No,
his
he went to
camera
the
off?
toilet. He went
Oh,
to the
okay.
toilet.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
are you in the same place?
No, he's at his place.
Oh, okay, I was like, I didn't know if you would be
Yeah.
together.
No, no, he messaged me. He was like, I've gone to the toilet. I was like, okay, fine.
Okay.
Yeah, no, he's at his
Well,
place at the
sorry.
moment.
He probably messaged you so you didn't have to
No, no, no,
broadcast
that's
it. Here
fine.
we are, like, yeah, he's in the bathroom.
Sorry. Having a wee, it's
Oh
okay.
god. It's
Um,
fine. Oh my gosh. Well, I
I'm
I
kind of tired of him sitting here doing my
aw.
cat. He's just
No.
taking up too much space.
He's huge. He's massive.
He does look, do you know what? He looks really big here, but when you see him, He looks small. I don't know. Maybe to me he just looks small, but also my housemate has a cat and she looks bigger than him and she's 2 and he's 5.
Oh,
So yeah, she's a big cat though. Like,
yeah.
yeah.
He's so pretty, but
What were you gonna
I get
say?
it.
I'm now on the edge of my seat. What were you gonna ask?
Okay, I was gonna ask you. Let's say you met a new person. Well, let's say you meet me, and you like me. You think I'm nice. I would imagine.
Yeah,
I would hope so. And
I do.
thank you. And now let's imagine that we, hadn't really talked politics until today. And I
Yeah,
tell you, oh, of course I voted for Trump. Trump
yeah.
2028, bitch. MAGA all day, son. If I could vote for Trump another term, I sure would. I'm
Yeah,
MAGA, make America great again, get these fucking immigrants out of here, fucking,
absolutely.
whatever. Okay,
Yeah,
so how would you then, or would you reassess your opinions about me?
100%,
I love this
100%,
question.
Okay.
Oh,
100%.
Okay, so
I have done. I think like, yeah, I think yes, 100%. I think, you know, like, I mean, we haven't known each other that long, so it's easier. Even though I think you are lovely and I want to know you more,
thank you.
like if you did say that to me, it'd be easier for me to be like, see you later. Do you know what I mean? It was
Hmm.
lovely chatting to you, and I wish you all the best in life.
Hmm.
It would be easier for me to do that. I think the harder one comes with like time and knowing people for a very long time and
Yeah.
realizing that over time they've developed certain beliefs about something and you've
Mm.
developed other beliefs about something.
Hmm.
That I found harder to do in the past. But with people
Yeah.
that I've been speaking to, I've kind of just been like, it was lovely to know you. Like me and well, there was a conversation that me and Antonio had on our second date, and I was about to pull the plug.
What happened? Oh, no.
We were talking about using the N word and talking
I'm so
about
glad you
like
brought
stuff
this up,
like
by the
that.
way. Yeah.
I had to. We were talking about using the N word, and he was saying stuff, and
Uh-huh.
I was like, well, obviously he wasn't saying like, yeah, everybody should use it. Well, it was never ever that at
Hmm.
all, of course
My
not. You know
position was
him.
actually quite like, I think it was the fact that I brought that up so quick in when we are still
Before
like
me
knowing
knowing
each
you, it
other.
was our
Oh,
second date.
a
It
little
was our
too
second
soon.
Yeah, yeah.
date.
So you didn't know him
Way
well
too
enough
But if
to
soon.
you, it's true, which
contextualize
is
it.
fair, which
Okay.
is fair.
Okay.
Yeah,
But if you only
absolutely.
listen to my position, it was so like
Isolated. It's like, what
reasonable,
the
in
fuck?
my opinion.
I don't agree with that. I think maybe we still got heads on this. I think,
Oh
Okay, we
do you
can.
know
gosh.
what I think?
Uh-huh. What's
I
up?
do you
No,
know
no,
what I
tell me, tell me,
think?
tell me.
Do you know what I think? I think I think Antonio's like main like gripe is people having the freedom to say the things that they want to say and think the things that they want to think without obviously like harming anybody.
If there is no harm there,
Um,
yes.
if nobody's being harmed in the process of those things, right?
Hmm.
Um,
You
and I
know,
think
why?
why
You wanna know why? Because it's impossible for a person who is not black to understand that that is the harm. It's
I was about to
impossible.
say this.
This
I
is
was
very
about to
true.
say
This is
this,
very true. Well,
babe.
he
I was
still doesn't know
literally
my
about to say
position, but
this.
it's true. This I agree with that. Yeah, yeah.
You
Okay.
can explain your position, but I think,
Yeah.
yeah, you can explain your position, but I think my thing is that I've always experienced this thing of white people saying to me, well, why can't I do this? Why can't I go here? Why can't I say this?
Yeah.
Like, I think as a white person, you've been awarded pretty much most of the spaces you've walked into.
100%.
People are fine with you being there. You've never felt like you can't say certain things to certain people because you're white. Like it's more like, babe, what are you wearing? I've not seen you wear that before. What is that?
Baby,
I
this
like it.
my landlord doesn't like to pay pay for the
The
heating. I'm freezing,
Sorry, I got
baby.
distracted. It's nice. I like it. Um,
Oh.
but yeah, I think that's where I started thinking like it was easy for me to kind of like not knowing you be like, this is another white person. I can see Andres in the background. This is another white person, like just wanting to do and say whatever they want to do and say
Mm-hmm.
without thinking of the actual consequences. Like, so that's where my frustration was. And that's why when we had that conversation on the second day, I was ready to be like, I know we're getting along
Yeah, yeah.
so
Because
well,
you
and
did
I
again. You didn't
really
really
love
know
you,
my
but
like pursuing these issues. Like
of
it
course,
only
and
makes sense.
I wanted to hear more. And you know what it is? I think that you are very um you like consistency.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very, very consistent. And
Mm-hmm.
in terms of like in I don't know how to explain it, but it's just like that word along with many other words on a different spectrum are things that
Yeah, yeah.
like you feel
I'm
similarly
happy to
about, you
consider
know?
exceptions, and like I'm not as like attached to consistency as you probably think I am, but it is an important thing
Mm.
for me for sure. For sure.
Well,
But
Yeah,
I
you
I
can
would like to
explain
tell
your
Sophie my position if it's okay.
can I steel man it for you real quick?
Sure.
Because I'm willing to bet, and I also agree that in some instances when people say the N word, especially like to their friends, singing the music, whatever, if you're not being malicious about it, it's different. It's not you're not saying it as a pejorative. You're not saying it as a slur. It's just a
absolutely.
word. So I
Right.
agree. I agree,
I
and
agree
I'm
with that.
fine with that. I think as long as you're doing that with your white friends and you're doing that in the company of your own self, like I don't think it's right if you think you can suddenly be casual with the N word to another
Oh yeah,
to a black person. Like that's where I'm like, nah. But
absolutely. Yeah.
the reason that I
Right.
feel that way is because it kind of came to a head for me because I'm a big fan of Destiny, and he had this like hit piece on him recently, and they were like, "Look at this, we have private DMs where he's saying nigga, nigga, nigga all the time." And he was like, "What? Do you think I'm literally out here trying to tell people I'm going up and hard R'ing black people or something?" He's like, and I was like, that's a good point. Like, so I had to concede. I was like, I feel like at a year worth of watching Destiny on a pretty much a daily basis, I know this man pretty well. I know his opinions and ideologies pretty well, and he's not racist at all. So like, so
Mm.
if somebody who is I know to not be a racist says the N word in a capacity that's not a slur, it's not a pejorative, then I need to kind of adjust my thinking on it a bit. And so yeah, I'm like, okay, I can I can forgive it. I can forgive it. Especially if I don't know about it. It's like these are private messages. It's not like he's saying that out loud.
Yeah.
So that's my opinion.
Right.
And I'm gonna guess that
I
that's
feel
your opinion.
so his is actually different, and I feel differently to you, Sophie.
Interesting.
I do,
Okay.
but you can go first.
No, go ahead, Tony. Yeah.
Okay. My position is that no white person should say that word ever. That's how I feel.
Okay.
However, if I am in my room and no one is around, including no other white people, I should be able to say the word, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm singing a song, I don't, me personally, I'm not okay with white people singing, even if it's singing the N word, personally.
Mm-hmm.
I don't ever sing that word unless I did it by mistake, which has happened a couple of times with Michelle next to me, which is embarrassing, but it was
I
a
think it was like
mistake.
once or twice. It was
Yeah,
kind of funny to see your face.
like I went like even paler than I am.
Oh.
But if sometimes I'm singing a song in my room and I want to say and no one is around, there is no harm being done, right? Now when I'm defending this position, what it looks like is I'm dying to get home so I can say it, right? But it's not that, right?
No, no,
Some
no.
like even sometimes I'm on my own here, and even I censor a song on my own, right?
Uh-huh.
I don't have the need to use that word ever, right?
Right, right, right.
But I feel like it's a little bit dangerous when we are trying to tell people not to use a word when no one is around,
Mm-hmm.
because that's not even it's not even freedom of speech or public speech. That's like private speech, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you ask me, I wouldn't even be comfortable with like a group of white men who hold the right positions, even saying it between them when no one and that's not gonna go anywhere else, even in that situation, I wouldn't be okay with that because it's ultimately more or less a normalization of the word, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
So
Mm.
my only really opposition is that if sometimes I'm singing a Kendrick Lamar song and no one is around in my house, I should be able to say it. But it's also one of the Destiny's position. Like one of the criticism when Destiny said that he doesn't want anybody to tell him what he can or cannot say in his private life. One of the pushback was like, yeah, but you have chosen to tell us what you do in your private life. Now we know that you do that. So my advice to people who maybe hold a similar position that I do is just keep that for yourself, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Uh, I guess the problem is when they ask you plainly, then you maybe will have to lie. But I'm just saying that there is an element
Mhm.
of my position that once it gets out, I have to maybe reshape it a little bit or rethink about it, right? But the underlying like pillar or the main thing about my argument or my position in this matter is that if there is no harm to be done, I should be able to say the word, right? If there is very little harm to be done, like normalizing that between people that or with people that you know they're not racist, that
Mhm.
is still harm, right?
Mhm.
And then of course anything beyond that, I wouldn't be okay with that, right?
Yeah. Well,
But that was my position, and we were just dating, and it only makes sense that she thought the worst when she
no,
heard
I
that on
can
the second date. By the
see
way,
where both of you, I can see very clearly where both of you are coming from. I'm glad you had curiosity, Michelle. I'm glad you uh, stuck with it and mined that further and interrogated that because I think you came out well on the end and I'm glad you got the understanding of what he was trying to say. And I can agree with that. Like if a tree falls in the forest and nobody's around to hear it, did they really say nigger? you know, like
Absolutely.
so
Yeah,
I
it's true.
I
this is
get
Sophie hard R. Like,
so you're consistent.
Yeah,
So I shouldn't say it either. Is that the consistency that you bring to it too? Just
not
out of
the hard, not
curiosity,
the hard
or that black people
Oh,
shouldn't say it too?
oh, me.
No, no, Tony,
No.
because if
Oh,
his
go
thing
on.
was the
Yeah.
consistency, I was curious if he feels like
no, no,
nobody should say it or just white people should say it.
no, no, no. I don't. No, white. I'm talking about white people only. White people.
Okay, I was just curious.
No, no, the whole explanation in my position it was only about white people.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I was
Uh, I think
just
as a
curious.
black person, I think you are able to say it. I do think that you want to maybe make an exercise of reviewing and checking if you should say it. Michelle herself is allowed to say it, but she doesn't like to say it because she
Yeah.
has explored the reason on why people use that word, and it doesn't check for her, right?
Mhm.
So that should be the healthy approach, but that's different than not being able or being able to, right?
Yeah. And
I
I
got you.
the reality is that I grew up in the UK and we don't use that word like that, you know?
Yeah, it's
So
Not
different
really.
for
me,
probably for me. Yeah, yeah.
absolutely. Like, and only grew up like hearing it. And to be honest, there's some UK, like some Black British people who I've heard who say it like often. Do you know what I mean? But amongst peers and stuff,
Right?
like
Yeah, yeah.
genuinely. And some people are like, oh, it sounds weird. Well, people can say what they can say what they want. I don't care. Like people want to use the word like, and I was saying to Antonio as well. I feel differently about like, for example, white people who have grown up in like a hood or whatever, and they've grown up amongst peers using that word all the time, people using
For
that word
sure.
to them, people using that word about them. I feel completely differently about those people because
Mm,
I can't say, don't say something that is you've grown up and it's in your
it's
vocabulary.
like in your
You know what I
See, we would
lexicon.
mean?
disagree
Yeah,
there, but fair enough.
Absolutely.
You see,
yeah.
you see.
I
Absolutely.
I
Exactly.
I disagree there too, simply because I know many white people who in America who grew up in the hood. Even like look at like Eminem. He's like the whitest of white people in blackest of black
Yeah, in
environments.
space. Yeah.
And
Right? Yeah.
he'll tell everybody like I don't say that. I don't say it in my private life. I don't he's like, yeah, people around me say it, but it doesn't mean that it's suddenly part of my vocabulary because I understand
Yeah,
I'm white and that it's
absolutely.
different for me. And so like I hear you, but yeah, don't
I
I
get
wouldn't
that.
even condone that, but yeah. Cuz
Yeah,
it's
I get
Michelle is being
possible.
that.
understanding
Sure.
Yeah.
with the fact that that person
But
is not. It genuinely comes from that person. Like it's part of him.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that's as far as it extends for me. Anybody who's like Italian and grown up in Italy trying to say the N word. No, you don't. You've grown up in Bosnia and you're not saying that word. You don't need to say that word. And
Right.
it's
No, no,
more
no.
about you feeling like I should have the right to say whatever word I want and no one's going to police me. And it's just like you literally grew up in Kent and your family are upper class. You have no reason to say that word. Like,
Oh,
you know
Jesus.
what I mean? It's just like
I
there's so
studied
many
at
words,
Cambridge. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
so many
it's
words that are inappropriate for me to say that I have no problem not saying. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like
I
I
do.
don't have any
it,
business using certain terms. Like if I can't ever say that word until the day I die, I'll be okay.
yeah,
I'm
yeah, baby.
putting a
We
link in
spoke
the
about.
chat. No, go ahead,
Oh
Tony.
yeah,
Thank you. No, I just we spoke about it so many times, and this is a destiny talking point. It's not even mine. Everybody understands. Everybody understands that you having driving rules doesn't make you less free to drive.
Right.
In everything in this life, you have access to a specific freedom, and there are rules and guidelines.
Hmm.
It's known. It's known. It's the most normal thing in the world. For whatever reason that I don't understand, when it comes to speech, especially conservatives, their brain like stop functioning and they go, oh shit, hold on, we have to have like regulations and guidelines and like I'm not allowed to say anything that I want. Yeah, motherfucker, you are not allowed to drive whatever the fuck you want. So we're not saying anything that is that radical. It's understood in any other freedom that you have access to. Is understood.
absolutely.
I don't know
Yeah,
what is it about speech, but they turn their brain off and they go, no, you are not supposed to tell me what I need to, right? And
Okay. What?
just
Let's
before I go
watch.
to the next point,
No, go ahead.
sorry,
And then we're watching this. Go
I
ahead.
just before I go to the next point, I want to be very clear about this, right?
Hmm.
There has been situations where our extension to a specific community in order not to harm that community has stopped us from even acknowledging real facts, right? And I will give you a specific
Mm.
situation. And maybe I'm just taking something that is individual to a broader term, but I think it can illustrate my point. I was supposed to go to a king party with Michelle, right?
Hmm.
And I wanted to wear a bandana, right? And she was not sure, right?
Oh, sorry. Your face.
Bandana, they have a South Asian origin, right? We're not sure.
Okay.
Now, in my opinion, what we have to do there is, and I hate again, I don't want to dismiss feelings. I don't want to not empathize with people, but let's just look at the facts. Would I myself wear a do rag? No. One, because it would be probably it can be uncomfortable if I go to a party with black people, right?
Hmm.
But also, I'm looking at the facts. The journey of the do rag is very much embedded in black culture still,
Hmm.
and it looks like I'm tipping my toes in a place that I shouldn't be.
Hmm.
Now, the bandana, the journey of that piece of clothing has completely been different. And now it's super, super, super used. And there is not like a sentiment from South Asian communities saying, can you please stop wearing that, right?
Hmm.
So, Michelle, in this situation, for the sake of not being offensive to a specific community, didn't allow herself to look at the facts a little bit more, right? And that's when I have sometimes an issue, right? Because
Hmm.
you can be empathetic and be careful with a specific community without dismissing facts. If anything, the facts will make you better at being empathetic with that community, right?
I
Because
agree.
good
I'm
point.
not,
I
I
can
don't want
see
to use
that.
a
Yeah.
durag just because
Yeah.
I want to be nice to black people. It's because I understand the history of the durag
Hmm.
and how it has been the role that the durag has played in black culture, right? Um,
Hmm.
that's my point, really.
No, I
The
get
role
it.
of the durag.
I get it. And honestly, like that's something I think as leftists we're being confronted with on a lot of different levels. Like we're being
Mm,
so like woke scolded into this tiny little path of communication that's so PC. Like I
right.
literally had this motherfucker tell me, and I can't say that. I just learned that the word motherfucker. I'm not even gonna get into it, but okay. This dude literally, it's kind of what I was talking about with the whole like leftists not addressing their own racisms or whatever. like this kid uh who's in my server or in the digital ground game server, we've had to do some projects together. And so I've kind of like moved away from him or needing to have his like input on things that I'm working on. And mute for a second, Tony. Sorry, it's still echoing. But like I've had to put some like distance between us because like I've outgrown him and the things I'm doing. But I think his inability to accept that I'm more competent than him, I'm older than him, I've got more experience with these things, I'm better at what I'm doing, I don't need him, is too much for him. And so he's had to try to find some way to regain a measure of control over me. And I don't think he's sat down and thought this out. He's not intentionally doing this, but it's just his own implicit biases sneaking out and making him say and do things that are atrocious. So he literally approached me in my DMs and was like, "Hey, I'm looking at your YouTube description and it says that the American experiment has failed. That sounds a little Fed posty to me." And I'm like, okay, in what way? And then he's like, yeah, it's not in line with what Digital Ground Game is trying to do because we really want to show that the system works. And so, yeah, and that's it, right? So I was like, okay, sucks. All right, then, but okay, bye. And so, like, I don't think he understood that I am a black woman. I'm old. I've experienced white people. I know white people. I know men better than white people and men know themselves. And so, like, I'm literally translating what he's saying as okay, he's saying, "Oh, your post is a little, your description is a little Fed posty." It's not, but I'm translating that as oh, I can't have control over you anymore. So I have to reassert my dominance. I have to literally, I have to control you in some way to make you to not only force you to read between the lines of what I'm saying and feel supplication, but then I need you to also, apologize to me and make this change without me asking you. I need you to do that to make me feel more comfortable. And then to come back and say, yeah, it's not in line with what we at this organization are trying to espouse, or whatever. That's him really saying, and if you don't do this, I'm going to escalate this and get you separated and removed from this community because you don't belong here. You don't look like us. You don't think like us. So you don't belong here. And this is my avenue for doing that. And so again, I'm literally like, whatever. I see what you're doing. You might not even see what you're doing, but I see what you're fucking doing. And so I didn't engage.
Mm.
I'm not changing the shit. I'm not doing it because you're being fucking racist. And then 24 hours later of me not engaging, he comes back with, it's just so commie, it's like so communist. Like, he's like, and I'm sure it's not like you're trying to be, no, he said, I'm sure it's that you're trying to be more underground railroad and not necessarily like a
Huh?
Maoist
Wait,
thing.
what?
Yes, motherfucker. Yes. So I was literally like, what the fuck?
What?
What the fuck? So, but again, I'm still like, you know what?
Engaging.
It just confirmed it for me. Okay, that you're
Yeah,
just a fucking
absolutely.
racist, whatever the fuck. But I still didn't fucking engage. I didn't say shit. I think the next thing I said was like, okay, so the project we're working on, blah, 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 fuck you. I didn't, not engaging with
Oh
this.
yeah.
So then, literally, like 2 weeks later, Michelle and Tony, 2 weeks later, I'm in a meeting with like essentially my superior, our community director, who is a black woman. And she comes to me, and she's mixed race, but she comes to me and she's like, hey, I hate to say it. I think this is dumb, but this person brought, or somebody in the community brought up to me that they were offended by your YouTube description and they were wondering if I could ask you to change it. And I was like, hell no, I'm not changing it. And furthermore, here, blah, blah, blah. And I explained to her what happened. And she was like, oh, hell no. So and then she reveals to me that that this had been an ongoing request of his. He kept bugging her about it. She said she looked at the description, she didn't see anything wrong with it, so she was like just gonna squash it, but he kept coming at her about. So literally everything I fucking psychically
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
mentalized when
Mm.
Came to
came
fruition.
true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so
Yeah.
he went to my superior. He's trying to get me like kicked out of this community. Like for what? You know, because
Yeah.
he can't control, or he can't handle the fact that he can't control a black woman, like literally.
Yeah.
So it, like, what else
Yeah.
could it
He's not
fucking
getting
be?
what he wants from you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
You're
Exactly.
not giving him what he wants. Yeah. And
And
he's like,
And
he didn't
he's
even
upset about
ask.
that.
If he had just asked.
I was just about to say, Sophie, like,
Mm-hmm,
only takes, because I know your position on these things.
mm-hmm,
One, you believe in institutions.
I
Second,
do.
you've been very critical with trying to destroy them because you know that is going to be a disaster. But you are skeptical of them.
Yeah,
You want to improve them.
yeah,
You're not against them. You just want them to be better, right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
I
So
mean, if
it would,
yeah, yeah,
maybe he should have just treated you like a normal human being and maybe explore your
but
positions
he
a little bit
can't.
better,
He
and he
can't
would
do
have
it.
understand
He's a
that you.
bigot.
It's not
Bigots
like you
can't do
are.
it.
No, you're right. You're right. Of course,
Mm-hmm. I mean,
but
and
it's just
also
a
like
shame.
if he'd read the next fucking line of the fucking description, it's like, and the way that we combat this is with community and making sure we're prepared and, you know, using your voice. And so like, how is that in any way? So
Keep
the fact
reading,
that,
bro. Yeah.
yeah, but the fact that I'm sure he did, I'm sure he knew very well that I'm not a commie, you know, tanky fucking
Absolutely.
whatever person. Like, so the fact that he knows that we've had so much interaction before and after he came at me with
Mm.
this, like, it just, every single thing he does makes me know even further, like, okay, I was right. I was fucking right. Like, you're fucking racist and
He's
fuck you.
redeemed
Yeah.
himself. Like, and that's the thing as
Yeah, he
well. Do
did.
you know what that makes me think of? And the simplest way, this makes me think of like when guys, because it's also probably a product of him being a man as well. Like, but
Oh,
I
Oh,
100%,
think
maybe.
absolutely. It's
like,
misogynoir for sure.
big time. But it makes me think of like when I've been speaking to guys. I remember like this. I've been on like dating apps or whatever, and this has happened to so many women. And like you'll be talking to a guy, and you'll show at some point that you're disinterested or disengaged. I'm not interested anymore. They'll be like, well, you're ugly anyway, or you're fat anyway. I'm not interested. It just makes me think of that in the simplest way
Yeah.
of like, I'm no longer getting what I want from you. So I'm
Yeah.
going to make you feel bad and I'm going to put you down. I'm going to make it difficult for you in some way, shape, or form.
Mm-hmm.
This
Yeah.
obviously is more like sinister and thought out because it's like this very childish reaction to like, I'm not getting what I want from this person anymore.
Right.
Let me make them feel small. And I think he feels it again even more that he can do that to you because you're a black woman of like, well, she's black anyway, whatever, who cares? Like
Mm-hmm.
it's so messed up. And I can't believe he said the Underground Railroad thing to you. That's so
Girl,
crazy.
girl,
I'm so sorry
girl.
about that.
Thank you. But no, I just, but it's just, you know, we peep them. We know, we see it. But it's neither here nor there really in the scheme of things because I'm still trying, like, even after my director came at me, you know, with it, I'm still like I'm not, like, I'm not vindictive. I just, I know who you are. I see who you are now. That's it. But like, you know, so I still interact with him. I still respond to him. I don't give a shit. Like, but it's just one
Yeah,
of those things.
and
I think I've only told like one other person. And the only reason I told this other person was because he was trying to get them to do something with our debate night program. And I was like, oh, hell no. You're not coming in here
you don't touch that shit.
influencing my shit. Fuck you. So like, you
Yeah,
Absolutely
know,
not.
yeah.
that's the line I'm gonna draw. But yeah, but I'm not like, oh, everybody, he's really, you know, fuck, you know, I'm not naming names, I'm not saying shit, you know, so like, but it's just so telling and it's so revealing. But yeah.
Now, you know.
Say that one more time. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, I was about to say that during the Destiny thing, like at some point I did I did tell Sophie, I was like, my partner has asked me like, how do you even navigate this? Like, I don't even know how you do it. And Sophie was like, oh no, listen, I know that I have to be careful. Like you look at me like I know that I have to be careful here. But if I don't engage with this community to make them better, and I choose just to go to more comfortable spaces, like what's the point? But it
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
the second part is important, but it was mostly the fact that you look at me like, do you think I don't know that I have to be careful here? Right? Because the first instinct of my partner was like, like, how the fuck is she? Not how the fuck, like, is she not like sometimes a little bit skeptical? Because this is not exactly. I do see, like, I get why my partner was skeptical, no.
Mhm.
But then I presented that to you, and you look at me like, do you think I don't know, motherfucker? Of course, but we have work to do. So if I don't engage with these people, I'm not gonna teach them shit, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but that was very refreshing, in my opinion.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah, but you see people like, and that's the nice part, I guess, about like being around people or talking to people who understand it, of like immediately off the cuff when you explain like this and this happened, you can be like, okay, well, you know why he did that. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's not a debate. It's not
Yeah,
like a conversation. It's not
Yeah.
like a, well, maybe it's
Yeah.
just like maybe he's going through something, or maybe you know what I
Exactly. The
mean? Like,
fucking
how do you know? Like,
yeah.
justification. Oh,
I can't stand that stuff. And like, I've loved the moments with my friends where I could literally just look at them and be like, and they'll be like, I know, like it's not this debate. And I think me and Antonio are more to that point than we were obviously at the beginning of, like, I
yeah.
can say something to you, like, oh, well, that's probably, or that could be, you know what I mean? There's a high chance it's coming from, rather than like this thing of like, well, I don't know, like, I don't want to jump to that. I don't,
Right. Right.
But,
Like
but baby,
but
we
yeah,
spoke about it, no? We
yeah.
spoke that sometimes the problem with oppression is not necessarily that you are suffering it, it's that you have the doubt of it. When I never have that doubt, right?
Mm.
The
Mm-hmm.
the
yeah,
problem
I mean,
is
it's
the
both.
problem is
But
not. No, 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 no. Oh, no, no,
True.
baby. It's absolutely both. It's absolutely both. For
Yeah.
sure, it happens.
Right there.
But I'm saying that that is why it's so difficult to change, because even when it doesn't, you just don't know. Like,
Yeah.
it is very possible that as an attractive woman, my boss is promoting me because I'm good and not because he wants to fuck me. But how do I know now? And
Mm.
it is that thing that, for whatever reason, some people don't click. They don't understand that there is always that layer
Mm-hmm.
that you have to go through, and I don't, right?
Mm-hmm.
yeah, unless they're red pillars, they're constantly assuming that everybody wants to fuck every single woman, and that's how women are
Right.
getting.
Yeah,
So anyway,
precisely.
but
Yeah.
like, it's true. It's this whole thing of like, it's insidious but so present, and like
Mm-hmm.
we see it. It's like this like ghost walking around, and I'm like the kid in like that movie
Sixth
where he
Sense.
has this
Yes.
sense, yeah,
Yeah.
he can see it. You know what
No,
I mean?
you don't
Like,
understand, Michelle. That's literally, I call them Sixth Sense racists. I fucking do. I swear to fuck God. Like, that's
I like
exactly
that.
because especially on the left, when they see the abject bigotry of the right and the abject racism of the right,
yeah,
it's like, oh, we are so much better because we're not like that. But I'm still
absolutely.
going to, try to get black people kicked out of my safe white spaces. And I'm still going
Right?
to
Or skip the
belittle
line, there is
women
a
and
black person in front of me. Little
exactly.
things like
Yeah,
that
or
that I
not
was
even
not able
see
to see
them
before being with
because
her.
I don't even
Like,
see
it
them.
happens on my face. I go, what the fuck,
Yeah, it's
bro?
Yeah,
You like,
crazy. But you want to
it's
watch
true.
this video real quick? It's 5 minutes,
oh,
Yeah,
but
please.
it's
Hold on, let
so
me jump. Let
good,
me jump in.
and I think it just speaks
I have to
to.
leave after that, by the way. But yeah.
Okay, well then
oh
actually,
yeah,
okay, if you gotta go, I
No,
wanna.
no, no, no. I would like to. It's only 4 minutes. We can watch, and then I'll leave.
Okay,
what did you want to say?
well I'll tell
Sorry.
you after this. So we'll conclude with my second question to you. Okay. All
Okay.
Okay.
right, here we go.
Last week, Northwestern had this concert with Lil
Can you hear
Uzi
it?
Vert. He uses the N word
Uh,
profusely, like a
yes,
ton.
I need
And
to
there
turn
was
up
an
my
email
volume.
sent out to students who went to this concert saying, you don't have a right to use this word, which I 100% agree with. As a white person, I don't have any right. I haven't, until
Michelle,
reparations are
mute
paid, until there's some sort of
or y'all mute.
Sorry.
giving back, there's
Yeah.
no right. But what do you say
Hold on, let me mute
to, I
myself.
don't know what to do when I hear my friends using this word in a song. I don't know what to do when it's all the time.
Words don't have meaning without context, okay? My wife refers to me as honey. That's accepted and okay between us. If we were walking down the street together and a strange woman referred to me as honey, that wouldn't be acceptable. The understanding is I have some sort of relationship with my wife. Hopefully, I have no relationship with this strange woman. When I was young and I used to go see my family in Philadelphia, where my dad was from, they would all call him Billy. His name is William Paul Coates. No one in Baltimore called him Billy, and had I referred to my father as Billy, that probably would have been a problem. That's because the relationship between myself and my dad is not the same as the relationship between my dad and his mother and his sisters who he grew up with, right? We understand that. It's the same thing with words within the African American community or within any community. My wife, with her girlfriend, will use the word bitch. I do not join in. I don't, say, hey, I don't do that. I don't do that. And perhaps more importantly, I don't have a desire to do it. You understand? A while ago, Dan Savage was going to have this show that he was going to call Hey Faggot. I'm not going to yell faggot at Dan Savage. That's not my relationship with the LGBT community. And I understand that, and I'm okay with that. I don't have a desire to, yell out the word, faggot. I just don't have that. The question one must ask, if that's accepted and normal for groups of people, we understand that, it's normal actually for groups to use words that are derogatory in an ironic fashion. Why is there so much hand-wringing when black people do it? Black people are basically, however you feel about it, they're not outside of the normal rules and laws for humanity. I had a good friend who used to have this
You okay?
cabin in upstate New York, which he referred to as the white trash cabin. He was white. I would never refer to that cabin. I would never tell him I'm coming to your white trash cabin. I just wouldn't do that. You know what I mean? I think you understand why I wouldn't do it. The question one must ask is why so many white people have difficulty extending things that are basic laws, of how human beings interact to black people. And I think I know why. When you're white in this country,
Gonna bring her down?
you're taught that everything belongs to you. You think you have a right to everything.
I don't
You have a right
know,
to
baby.
go where you, you're conditioned this way. It's not, because your hair is a texture or your skin is light. It's the fact that the laws and the culture tell you this. You have a right to go where you want to go, do what you want to do, be however, and people just got to accommodate themselves to you. So here comes this word that, you feel like you invented. And now somebody will tell you how to use a word that you invented. Why can't I use it?
Why
Everyone
can't I
else
use
gets
it?
to use it. You know what? That's racism that I don't get to use it. That's racist against me. I have to inconvenience myself and hear this song and I can't sing along? How come I can't sing along? You know what I mean? And I think, for white people, I think the experience of being a hip-hop fan and not being able to use the word nigga is actually very, very insightful. It will give you just a little peek into the world of what it means to be black. Because to be black is to walk through the world and watch people doing things that you cannot do, that you can't join in and do, And so I think there's actually a lot to be learned from refraining.
Wow.
Straight facts. Straight facts.
Oh, he laid that
Right.
perfectly.
Right?
Yeah.
I just think it's so good. See if I can close this out. Yeah, I love that. I share that a lot. And what's so funny, right, is how do I get rid of this? I shared
That's a good
this.
point.
I shared this with a friend of mine who's very racist, this white guy, and oh, there we go.
A friend of yours that is very racist?
Yeah, like a dear friend of mine. He was the very temporarily he was like the godfather to my oldest.
Interesting.
But like he was the type of racist where if he knew how racist he was, it would have broken his heart. And I attributed his racism to just how he was raised, and so literally what it took COVID. It took COVID for me to really have to draw the line and cut him off and make him part of the 8 billion, because literally my adopted daughter was born at 32 weeks she was a compromised little kid or whatever, and COVID happened, and he wants to invite us over and make a point to say he's not going to wear a mask. And I'm like, my friend, like, and this is where I say that. I'd be like, nigga, yeah, like, this is where I'll throw it out there. I'd be like, yo, this makes no sense to me. And so, I mean, we tried. We were like, well, maybe, you just wear it temporarily. You don't have to wear it all the time. We're just asking that you wear it when we come. I'm fat and I'm black and my husband has asthma and we have this baby, and you're not gonna wear your a mask just for us. You wouldn't do that for me. So literally, I was like, okay, we're done. That's it. And then turns
Yeah.
out, of course, like he turned out to be like this huge Trump guy, and he's fucking horrible. But his racism started with that kind of thing. Like, oh, why can't I say it? It's just a word, like that kind of stuff. And
Yeah.
um, also, he was very oriented guy. Like, oh, it's not that I'm racist. It's just that black people are just more violent. Just statistically, they're that kind of shit. And so, like, our friendship consisted of me basically trying to like be his,
Educate
yeah,
him.
like trying to help him because
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's like you were saying about your friends that you had for a long time. Like, you love these people, you appreciate them. I loved him, I love him. I wish
Mm.
I wish so much that he weren't diverging down this path that he went on, but he had
Mm.
always been heading in that direction. And so it's kind of like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna fucking do? Like, I'm not gonna have my black kids around around this man. And
Sophie,
so,
you're casually talking about it.
hmm
It's probably painful, no?
oh, it's very
Yeah.
To deal
painful,
with.
very painful. But he'll never understand that. He feels wronged. He feels like, why are they
Yes.
cutting me off? That you've met Christians and you have Christians who are friends who are the kindest, sweetest people. So I'm just
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah,
I've met kind and
definitely.
sweet Trump supporters, but at the same time, them espousing an ideology of
Yeah,
hatred,
yeah,
it says a lot about that person. And so
for
I
sure.
guess that I'm not trying to get you, I'm not trying to admonish you. I'm not trying
Yeah.
to even get you to change anything about yourself
No, no, no,
or
of
how
course.
you're a
Yeah, yeah,
friend.
yeah, of course.
I guess
No,
I
because
just,
I wouldn't. Like, yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
But I'm hoping this gives you more of a, I guess, an understanding of how perhaps atheists view Christians and
No, no, big
Muslims.
time, big time.
Like
I'm aware. Yeah,
yeah, okay. So,
yeah, yeah. No, I'm fully aware, and I think like the thing is, I think like
stop, baby.
I think when it comes to religion, it becomes a bit more like because it's so multifaceted and people like are on spectrums of religion.
Mm,
You have some people who are very, very hardcore, like as much as they can be by the book, and you have some people who are like, I have a relationship with God type of thing. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
I have a relationship with God and I loosely believe in some parts of the Bible, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think one of my friends who I told you was going through the 8-step counseling with her partner, her husband to be,
Mm-hmm.
um, we actually grew apart. Like we were very,
Mm-hmm.
very close at a point, and we did grow apart. And I think that was part of it in
Mm,
terms of like the religion thing. She was growing closer to religion. I was not there, and I was growing further away from religion.
mm-hmm.
So like it did like a rift in our relationship naturally happened just because our lives were taking separate paths. We still do see each other and catch up here and there, but in terms of like people I'm close to, she's not part of that anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
But my one of my closest friends, she does go to church and stuff like that. I think I go by mainly how she lives her life, and when we talk about stuff and her being like an ally in many ways, and me feeling that from her, and me feeling like that's deeply genuine,
Mm,
like does make my perspective like I'm taking you as the person that you are,
mm-hmm.
in terms of like the the religion that you're following is not based on hatred, and you are actively saying that those parts of religion are not things that you agree with.
Mm-hmm.
Because some people, I don't understand how people do it because I couldn't be half in, half out. If I'm following this book and believing that this is the word of God, then I'm believing that everything in it is the word of God. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But if some people do choose to be like, I'm believing that these parts make sense, these parts don't make sense to me, so I'm not believing in those things. You know
Yeah,
what I
that's
mean?
wild to me. That's crazy work.
It's
Yeah.
interesting, but
Yeah.
one of my closest friends is like that. There's parts that she takes, there's other parts that she doesn't take.
Mm-hmm.
She believes in people's freedom of expression and freedom to be who they are and love who they want to love,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time believing that like God and Jesus and all that stuff, right? So that's her way of dealing with life. I think if I genuinely felt like any of her ideologies based on this religion were harmful to people, that would change things for me a lot.
Mm.
But because I don't believe that any of the things that she associates with this religion is agreeing with the harmful elements of it, it's different. It's different. You know what I mean? It's different, I guess.
I
But
hear you. I hear you.
I think when it comes to like the whole being very right wing and being like, yeah, actually, yeah, I just don't believe that immigrants are the same as like people living here and they should go back. I'm now seeing that you believe
Mm-hmm.
in things that could be harmful for certain people, breaking families apart and like ruining people's lives. That changes my perspective on it because ultimately empathy is a very big thing for me.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, so I guess it's like it's not, I guess, clear cut.
I no,
It's
and
not a
none.
clear
It's
cut.
not. It's not, and I'm not even trying to introduce this as though it were like you said it before. It is complicated. There's so much
Yeah.
nuance. So you sit down. Okay, sorry, but like
What's
she's
she
trying to
up
toss a
to?
chair. She's over on this chair. She has well, they think she might be on the autism spectrum because
Yeah.
she's just certain symptoms of that. But one of the things she does, and
Yeah.
oh my God, is this okay? One of the things she does is she stems, so
Okay.
she like
Yes.
rocks,
Yeah. Yeah.
so she has this chair to herself, and it's like her chair. So she'll get in it and she'll just rock back and forth. But as of now, she's done rocking, so she's like hanging over the side of it. So I'm just like, be
You're
careful.
just worried she's gonna fall.
Yeah, yeah. She's her own little person. She's funny. She's playing. She's watching Pingu. She's good. But like,
She's watching Pingu.
yeah.
Amazing, love that. I love Pingu. I watched Pingu growing up.
I never seen this until I didn't see a lot of stuff till I came to the UK. But like there was my first introduction to Pingu was he was acting like a tourist. And so he had a camera.
Yeah.
And he had these big Asian buck teeth and he was acting like I was like, what the fuck? This is
Yeah,
racist
that's
ass
crazy.
shit.
Yeah,
That shit was
that's
so
crazy.
funny to me. Day, come here. She likes to get in the dog water bowl.
What's she doing with that?
Day.
She's so busy at this time of night.
Day. I was saying she just woke up. She's like
Was
this
she
is her,
sleeping? Oh, she was sleeping and then she woke up.
yeah, this is her time to shine. What are you doing? Your hands better not be wet. They are. Hi, baby. Now this one, she was born at 23 weeks. So it's crazy like how both my kids were preemies.
Yeah, little.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I absolutely count my blessings because like shoot, man, we've been through some shit. Like so her whole little
23
life
is
story. Yeah, it only gets a little bit earlier than that before it's like no go, you know. So she fought her way here. And yeah, I'm very blessed. I'm a blessed person. I know that. I know that to my soul. I do. What you doing? Watch your show. Calm down. Yeah, I
love Pingu. I fuck with Pingu heavy. I did when I was small. I don't know about now.
I don't like it. I can't do it. And then like at the end when the little whales, all the little window. I get trypophobia so bad.
I get it. I fucked with it because I was a kid and it's nostalgic, you know?
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
Stuff, when you see stuff when you get older, you're kind of like, this is wild, you know?
No, exactly. I love when it doesn't mesh. Like, have you ever seen this movie called say hi Michelle? Have you seen this movie called Flight of the Navigator?
No, I've heard of it though.
It's a Disney movie, but it's about this like silver alien walnut looking spaceship, and this little boy gets caught in the spaceship, and they fly around for some reason I don't know. And
I'm okay.
Yeah, but like I'm telling you, I thought I used to love this fucking movie. Me and my brother would quote it all the time. We would act like Pee Wee Herman because they did this voice and then we went back and watched it a couple years ago, and I'm talking dog shit. Like this movie is balls, yo. It's so boring. Everything sucked. The graphics were amazing at the time, I'm sure, but they did not hold up.
Yeah, but like amazingly awful when you get older.
Oh my god, terrible. So it's just so funny, like how bad it was. I'm like, how did we like this? But like, I think it was like a Steven Spielberg movie. Like it was.
That's crazy.
I think it was. But
it's got 85% on Rotten Tomatoes. Which
that's all crazy, nostalgia. It's terrible. Like no,
it has to be pure nostalgia.
It's 100% nostalgia. But it's a terrible movie.
I hate those moments though when you like come back to it and you're like, oh, this is not what I thought like it cringy. Was at the time. So cringe. I'm like,
no.
Yeah.
Like drinking. No. What's she drinking? It's empty, but you can't have a cup. Come here.
What is it? What's in there?
The mug. Nothing. But she's okay. You got your ball.
She's booked and busy at 10.
She gets 11:30. Her zoomies, man. She'll be up till like 3. We'll be up till like 3.
Really?
Yeah. So like.
Is that her? Is this her normal like thing? She wakes up in the middle of the night and then she'll go back to sleep.
Yeah.
Around the time. Wow.
Yeah, she's pretty crazy, but she gets it from me. I can't complain. That's my genetics at work. Like I'm a night owl. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, go. Ready, set, go. And she's just now like talking, so she's like,
what's she been saying? What did she say?
Come here, baby. Come there, ready, set, go. Say ready. She says, go. Here. But it's funny because with being born that early, she had ventilators like going for like 4 months of her life, so she couldn't hear anything really. So her speech is very delayed. So she's
That makes sense.
2.5, just 2 and 4
Yeah.
months. Like her birthday was November 15th,
Yeah.
and she was supposed to have been born a week ago. If that tells you how crazy that is,
Whoa.
right? So her
Yeah.
so her her speech is like really delayed, but so she's just now like really talking, and it's so adorable. Oh my god. So she'll say, well, she can count. She'll count up to 10.
Amazing. That's
Um,
really good.
yeah, she knows her little ABC song, but it's just so cute. Get out of that. Come here. Day. 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 But she also doesn't really listen. she's she's on the spectrum a little bit. So
Yeah.
day. She doesn't have like a social
Yeah.
thing about her.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you
Day.
like, so does she go to like nursery and stuff?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
do you, yeah, she does.
She just started daycare. And even now she only goes a couple days a week.
Yeah, she's still quite small. So
Yeah, but she's so I just love her. Oh my god. She's
this is
so
good.
cute.
This is amazing. This is like the perfect situation. Like people, like I have so much time for people who absolutely love their kids. Like that is what
Oh.
I want to do. Absolutely. Like because that's how it should be, you know. There's
Oh
some people, I
yeah.
guess, like
Yeah.
people have kids out of like duty and stuff like that. Like it's not for them, it's not the same
Yeah.
as when you like genuinely want to do something and you do it, and now you have like the fruits of it, and you're like,
I
okay, I'm gonna
know.
really admire this and at
Yeah.
every step and take care of it.
Yeah. No,
Like,
my husband was feeling I could tell he was feeling a little frustrated a few weeks ago. And I was like, baby, look, you gotta keep in mind, right? Like you're approaching some things like, man, I have to do this. I have to go feed her. I have to go change her. I have to. And I'm like, nah, baby, we get to. We
yeah,
get to feed
absolutely.
her. We get to love her. We get to change her. We get to dress her. We get to do all this stuff. And I think it helped him to kind of refocus,
That's nice.
So
Yeah,
like
that's really nice. How
that's
did you two meet?
Facebook. Like,
Really?
yeah, he's a DJ and I was a rapper like way back in the day. So like
Oh,
that's a whole nother life.
really?
Yeah, girl. So like so he did a song with a friend of mine that I had done some music with. And I saw it on the video on Facebook and I was like, oh, this is really good. And then he slid in my DMs and that's all
Okay.
she wrote. That was it. I was like, what's up,
That's
cutie?
crazy. That's so
Yeah, man.
sweet.
Yeah, he's
That's so
amazing.
sweet.
Like I love you and Tony's relationship because I honestly see the echoes in my own. Like he's very understanding. He's white, but he does not like like the way that I feel like I'm willing to bet money Tony has dated white women or other races. Like like that's my husband. Like he does not specifically seek me out cuz I'm black, He doesn't
Absolutely.
fetishize me. And I don't
Absolutely.
fetishize him. I'm not I honestly like I hate dating a white man. And do you get this where like suddenly the black women who only date white men think you're part of their fucking club? You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking
Yes.
about?
They're like, oh yeah, you're in the interracial couple
Yeah,
club.
like, oh, we're the same. No, bitch. I'm with
No,
him despite him being white, not
absolutely.
because he
Absolutely.
is fucking white. Do
Yeah,
you know how much he had
absolutely.
to override how awesome he had to be for me to date a white dude? Like, are you kidding me? So, like,
Absolutely.
nah. But these bitches, like, fucking genuinely got like this weird pick me energy. It's so strange. They're
So
weirdos. They're
it's really
weirdos,
uncomfortable.
Michelle.
And I think like, I mean, one of the things that's made me feel grossed out multiple times, like, is actually the reception from black men that I get when they see me with Antonio, and they're like, like as if first of all, as if you wanted me anyway because you didn't, but you're just now you feel like you have an input in, like I remember there was a guy I was dating like before Antonio. He's white. We were like out in the street like together, and this black guy comes up to him and is like, I just want to congratulate you for having such a beautiful black queen. I'm like, go
Yeah,
away,
get
like
out of my.
leave
You
me
don't know us. Like,
like
what the fuck?
at all. And it's just like, what are you even like? Who gave you the? People just have very like,
They have the audacity. That's what they have. Like,
yeah, and very like, again, like seeing you from the surface are the same thing of like, yeah, of like we're kind of like we're like, oh yeah, like he gets it. Like I'm like, no, or like other black women who are really into white guys like, it's not the same.
it's not the
I don't
same.
see it
We are
that
not
way.
the same. No.
Literally, or like I don't know, like it's a weird thing when people kind of feel like you're in some sort of club, like
Right. Like, no.
yeah.
Oh, he's back.
Hi.
We better shut
Hi.
up.
Hello. Ooh,
No, no,
what's going
no,
on, love?
not
Oh
even.
my god. Tony. We
And
were
We
you
were
just
coming into this like you would just
no, no,
join
no,
force
no.
to put me down, bro.
No, Sophie said something so funny actually, which I like. It's so niche, but
Oh, okay.
oh
like
god.
it's very specific because she was talking about dating a white man, and then black women who only specifically date white guys think now you're like one of them, like you're in the club kind of thing of like,
Like,
oh yeah,
yes,
you like,
girl.
Yeah.
Like, no. No.
yeah,
We're not the same,
I
honey.
mean,
No.
we've been to like majority black club, not clubs like a pub, like Prince of Pecan.
Hmm.
And you, Michelle, like you did tell me once, no, Antonio, be careful because they see me with you, and they go, no, he's down for that, he's down like that,
yeah. There's
he's
also some
and I'm like,
some black women who like have a specific, like they've approached Antonio when we've been out like together or whatever. There was one time I'd gone to the toilet and this girl comes over to Antonio and is like, my friend thinks you're cute, kind of thing. Like moments after I just left to go to the toilet.
Wow. Oh, like you couldn't
And
possibly be with her.
like that, but also like, oh,
oh,
now we know he's down, like he's with a black woman.
Oh.
And also they have this like notion, yeah, because I've heard that white men treat like black women so well,
I've
and I'm
heard
like,
that. I've
hey,
heard that.
relax yourself because people are
it's a
people,
lot
and
of things that come
you
into
know,
a thing, no? Then, love,
pardon?
there is more than one thing that is possibly going on there, no? Then, because
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure. It's
yeah.
multiple things. And
Yeah.
it's just kind of like, yeah. And one of my colleagues being like, oh my God, what is it like dating a white guy? I wanted to, I'm just so scared. Like, I don't know. Like, I just don't know if I could.
Like
And
he's
I'm
a
just like,
person? He's a human being? I'd just be up
literally,
dirty if I tried to.
is it true? Is it true that they treat black women like queens? And I'm
Like, how do you expect me to answer this?
like, I
Like
don't know.
from
exactly
like
yes,
From
I
what,
can only speak from my experience, and also like why would you then extrapolate anything else about anybody else given my experience? Like that
right?
makes no sense
my
to me.
own experience, and then it's
Yeah.
just kind of like, because to be fair, I was very closed off. Like there was a point in time where I only dated black men. Like I was like, specifically, I was like, I can't date a white guy. Like I don't know, it just wasn't in my sphere. It wasn't in my thinking. It wasn't in my
Yeah.
world.
Yeah.
And then one of my friends was like, but why can't you? Like I don't understand, like why not?
Hmm.
And she's like, she's still a big part of my life. And she just said, why don't you just broaden your horizons? You don't know.
Hmm.
And when I started opening myself up to meeting different types of people and dating different types of people, I was like, I found it was a benefit to me. It was nice, it was different. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it definitely did not work, you know. Um, but that's not because of that's mainly because of them and the way that they are.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's a weird thing when people kind of
Why
like
are you Oh gosh, my
make those
children.
weird.
Why
Are they
y'all
both up?
Yes. What's the matter? Come here, give me a hug. Yeah. You can say goodnight to Michelle and night to Tony. Yeah, ain't going up there. Go
Oh,
to bed. You gotta get some rest. You got
yes.
school tomorrow. Can you push the chair back? Cause she move the jacket and move that cup for me, baby. Thank you. Back here to Facebook. No, no, no. Hey, take the cup in the kitchen because she's who brought it over there. I don't want her to get it anymore. Thank you, sweetheart. Okay, hand it to me, baby. I'll get it. Okay, just put the chair back, and then yeah, go to bed. Okay. This is what
The
she
activity in
had.
your house. The activity in your house tonight Everyone's up. Dogs are running around like
Yeah,
everyone's up.
it's the spot. I don't. What are you eating? I have given you no food. What are you eating?
Antonio, did you
What
go to
is
the
happening right now?
Yep.
Oh, there's something in her high chair. Anyway, I'm sorry. Yeah, she loves her so much. We told her this is your baby. Okay, this is your. I had a kid, but it's your baby.
That's
So this
so.
is her.
Oh.
Aw.
All right, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. I'll hold her. Go and go to bed.
Which, by the way, Sophie, I believe there is another event, no, at some point in a couple of months, something like that.
Really? I think they said they were gonna try to do another London event, but I haven't heard anything as of yet.
It might be too early. Sorry, too soon. Yeah.
No,
Was
I'll
it
keep my
which
eyes
one?
out.
The debate thing.
Like another
When we
debate?
were like saying bye in this last one, I
Yeah,
think some of
yeah.
the guys said, no, they're planning to do another one here in London a couple of
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
months.
guy said.
yeah.
But maybe this thing is like finalizing details or whatever, because
Ooh, that'd be
I'm
good.
not sure.
I'll keep my eyes open because I heard that too.
That'd be great.
Oh, that's what she's doing. She's getting stuff out of her hot chair. Okay.
What's in there?
Like she spills food while I just hadn't cleaned it after dinner. But
What about Sophie? What about the eating aspect? Are they like difficult?
no,
Yeah,
they're both
yeah.
excellent eaters. Excellent eaters.
Brilliant.
I have zero problems with my kids. Like literally, this is the worst thing I could complain about is that their sleeping schedules are fucked. But like,
Yeah, and even then, they're not like making loads of noise. They're kind of just running around
It's
doing stuff. Like,
true.
they're
It's
doing
true.
shit.
They might be awake, but they're like,
they're busy.
but don't say these
Yeah, they're
things too
doing
loud
stuff.
because then Michelle is going to see motherhood
No,
more
don't do it.
attractive.
No, don't do it. Don't do
Do you see?
it.
I don't have plans to do.
No, you're
I don't
good.
have plans to do.
Preserve
Yeah,
your peace. You're fine. Yeah.
I'm pretty
I feel
good on
like
that.
the only people who need kids are people who are like, yes, I want kids. Yes, absolutely.
I
Yes, I'm
agree.
ready. I got the money. I got the space. I've lived my life. I want to be an old
There you
mom. Be an
go.
old mom, okay? Don't even worry about it till you're
Yeah.
older.
Yeah.
Getting married, maybe not love.
Say that one more time.
Getting
Getting
married, that is
getting
something that
married.
we.
I'm definitely open. Yeah, I'm definitely more open to that.
Don't do
Yeah, I'm
it.
definitely
Nah, don't do it.
really.
Stay together. Just be together. Be in love and be together. And that's all you need to do.
We
Don't
don't
get
need a
married.
piece of paper,
You don't
love.
need a piece of paper.
I don't. I wouldn't do. I wouldn't do it for the piece of paper though. That's the
Oh
thing.
my
It
god,
would
I
be
was about
like
to make a joke or whatever.
it would be like a love
Yeah, have a
ceremony.
party.
Yeah,
Have
it'd
a
be like a love.
party.
Right.
Enjoy. Like literally, my husband and I did the whole K1 visa thing to get him to America. And so
Yeah.
so we had to get married. So we got married at the courthouse.
Um,
And then I was like, you know what? If we're together in 5 years, we're gonna have a big old huge party. And that's what we did. And it was amazing.
Mm.
And so we didn't spend no tens of thousands of nothing on nothing. And
Right.
we've
I don't believe in that.
yeah,
I don't
not at
believe in
all.
that.
So
Right.
not
I
only
think it's completely dumb.
yeah, so we have the paperwork, but literally only because we had to, like
Yeah.
immigration stuff. Like I would be so fine. I would be so comfortable, like literally just being with him. And I love him. Like I'm glad. I feel like even if we didn't have the document, I would call myself his wife. Like
There
that
you
is
go.
our
Wow.
relationship. But I'm
But Sophie, I
good.
feel like we Michelle and I we spoken a lot about why we like each other and everything. Like,
Oh.
what is it about him that makes
Yeah.
him for you?
It's weird because like it's weird because we're weird, man. Because like okay, it's hard to
Not that it's an easy question,
explain.
by the way, because it's not.
Yeah,
No,
no, it's a hard
no.
question.
Like I could rattle off a million things. Like he takes care of me. He likes me. Like we're great together. We have the same sense of humor. He's always wanted kids. He's such a great dad. He cooks for me. He cleans the house. I don't have to ask him to do shit. He just does it. He's considerate of me. If he's doing something for himself, he's also doing it for me. He asks me how I'm feeling. Like literally, like I couldn't ask for a better person. He's cool. He's cool as fuck. Like he writes, he paints these cool fucking figurines. and he's a DJ and he likes hip hop,
That's really
and
good.
Jesus.
he's just amazing, and he's got the sweetest countenance. He's quiet, but he listens. He's a great listener, but when he does speak, it's always something really, really worth listening to. It's a really well thought out opinion on something.
Mm.
But at the same time, right? Like I still wouldn't recommend anybody get married because
No,
like,
no, for sure.
but like he's just because like he's perfect for me, but he's not perfect, and like I get that. I think where he's like for instance, right? Like we're just now, and I might have talked to you guys about this a little bit, but like as of the last couple of years, like we've identified that he's aromantic and asexual. And so like that's like it explains a lot in our relationship,
Right.
but it also I think opened up these new horizons of understanding with each other that like I don't know, like some of the things that I think people would traditionally want or expect in a relationship probably aren't in the cards for us, but like the way they do show up means a lot more because of, just the
Mm.
fact that like it's not in him to, you know, like PDA, holding hands, stuff like it's just not really in him. So when we do walk and I go to hold his hand and he's like cool with it, like I think it's really sweet. It's like one of those moments where it means a lot. 'Cause, like, so like, or just like, okay, this is a silly example, but maybe it explains some things. Like, but we just had Mother's Day, right? Yes, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we just had Mother's Day, and so like he got me flowers and a card and this really cool candle and a box of chocolates, and it was so sweet. And then it's just funny to me because like I go to open the card and it still got like the price tag sticker on it and like he
Interesting.
just wrote his name on the like no heartfelt message and like so like his romance with me is very rote, it's very prescribed, if that makes sense. Like I'll never hear him say, I just look at you sometimes and I can't believe how lucky like I'll never get that, and so I have to understand and just be okay with that. And so again, I've only just discovered that that's his sexual orientation. But so that's like 13, 14 years of me just assuming before I understood asexuality that,
Ah.
maybe it's me. Maybe he just doesn't,
Wow.
feel that way. It's not that he
Yeah.
can't express it. It's just that there's nothing for him to express. He doesn't feel that way about me,
Yeah.
and so like we had some, I'd say, low periods in our relationship where, yeah, I thought he just didn't like me or just wasn't like feeling me or something, so like, yeah, it was really rough for a moment, but like, now I don't
Mm.
know. Now it contextualized so much for us. So that's a very long answer, but I
No,
love him
but like
No,
so
no,
much. Yeah.
it's
I'm curious to know how you navigate that now, because like in terms of like the romantic parts, would you say that you're a romantic like person?
Oh God, yeah. And like that's one of the things like that killed me because like and my brother, who is a marriage counselor, right, was literally like, how did you wind up with this man who is aromantic when you are this like poet, really flowery, lovey-dovey woman? And so I was like kind of looking back at the trajectory of our relationship. And again, we were kind of forced into marriage just so that we could
mm.
literally be physically together in the same space.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
So before we, got married, our, you know, physical proximity consisted of seeing each other every like 3 to 6 months, basically. And so, you know, like the way his asexuality presents is what's called like gray sexual. Like he only really kind of wants to do it like sometimes,
My,
So
my
like,
colleague told me about that actually. He
yeah,
told me about that as well.
yeah, like so like if you go 3 to 6 months without having sex, then of course you're gonna want to have sex when you see your partner. But then once you're living with her and you still
Mm.
only really care to have it maybe once or
Yeah, no,
twice a quarter,
Right, that
it's like
changes.
it makes you feel like, oh, is it me? Like, what's going on? So like there was even a point where I was like, yo, can you get tested for like your testosterone levels or something? Like, what's going on? But no, just nothing's wrong down there. Just it's just his sexual orientation. He's gray sexual.
Yeah.
It's just like when the physical imperative hits him, that's when he wants to go for it. And it's
Yeah.
just, so it's interesting. So again, years and years, a decade plus of feeling like, what the fuck? To now to understand it. Again, it makes it even more sweet, I'd say, for me. Cause like
Yeah.
when we do make love, it's like, wow,
It means even more.
yeah,
No,
like
wow.
he especially if it's like, you get to know your man's cadence, and so he's got a longer cadence than most, and so when we shorten that cadence, it's like, wow, you're for me,
Right, right.
so it's really sweet. So it's really sweet. Yeah, it's wild, but like,
Understanding that
yeah.
about him, like, just made everything easier
Oh
in
yeah.
terms of like the expectations you have from your partner and
Mhm.
being able to like enjoy your partner in different ways.
Mhm. Absolutely.
That's really lovely.
And not
Yeah,
feel
that's good.
as insecure, no? Because again, when you have the answers or some stuff,
Mhm.
um,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah.
you become more secure, I guess. I'm not sure,
Yeah.
of course.
Oh, absolutely. Like, and I just, yeah, I love him so much. Like the aromantic piece is probably the most, I'd say, challenging piece, even outside of the asexuality, because like, if you start learning more about these things, they all have sort of nuance to them. So he's what's called apothoromantic, where he literally has like a revulsion, or
Oh
he's like,
wow, yeah.
it's like repellent to
Oh,
him. Intimacy and romance and things are off-putting to him in a way, but like he
right,
doesn't,
right, yes.
again, he didn't know this, and he doesn't, so like he, in his head, he thinks of himself as like, oh, I'm the cuddle king, and I like, and I'm snuggly and this and that, but then like when we go to sleep at night, like he has to roll over and his back is to me, and like for a time he would put the dogs between us, and I'm like, what is happening? Like, I like to
Yeah.
snuggle and I want to be close. So we, again, for years and years, there was even a point where he was like, I'm gonna go sleep in the other room because you're, I keep different hours than him. So I was like, no, we're not doing that. So no, we're not keeping separate fucking bedrooms. Are you kidding me?
Mm,
So like,
Yeah.
but now I kind of, again, I get where that was coming from, and I think he does too. Like, I think he's coming to grips with it a little bit too. But the
That's
way
good.
I even learned about it, right, is that with my Sex with Sophie girl, with my Sex with Sophie work, um I have a podcast and I interview people from different walks of like sexual life, and I interviewed a lady who is asexual, so she's ace, and she's aromantic and agender. She's like all the A's. And so I got to really understand and delve deeply with a woman, or a they, 'cause she's agender,
Yeah.
who
Yeah.
mhm.
genuinely, put me on, and so she's like the far end of the spectrum. And so she helped me understand it's not like a libido thing, it's not a chemical thing. It's literally, that's her
Mm.
sexual orientation. She does not perceive sex in the same ways. And so one of those things is like when people try to say, "Oh, I have a friend who's asexual," and she's like, "Okay, what the fuck do I want to sit there and talk to
Right,
somebody
yeah.
about something we both don't have an interest in?" It makes no sense.
Yeah.
So like,
Exactly.
so I love that about her, because it helped me understand why, even though we've kind of finally diagnosed my husband, if you want to call it that, he has no interest in researching this or even like labeling himself. Like, it's just not in him.
Right.
He doesn't
Yeah,
care
yeah, no, I
enough. Like,
suspected that, but it would be, yeah, yeah, it's,
yeah, like he's
yeah.
like, even when I say it, I'm like, oh, you're doing that because you're a romantic. Like, you need to. He's just like,
He goes, okay, sure.
sure, yeah, exactly, like whatever.
Yeah.
It's so fun. It's so funny. It's so funny. But like, in fact, the Destiny debate, yo, that really brought some shit up. Like when I came home, right?
Really?
Yes, let me tell you guys. I'm gonna tell you all the tea. Like it was.
Oh, yes.
So, hold on, wait. I need to use the toilet, and then you can use the tea, please.
Okay,
Okay,
Just
okay,
give
me
me a
too. I'll be
second.
back.
go ahead. Dang, dang. Oh, baby girl, what you doing? You watching Clifford? Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Just the whole thing, all the way in the mouth. No. You okay? Happy? Water. Ooh. Happy? Stop it. Yeah? 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 Yeah. Wow. Wow. Seven. You done? What else do you have to say? Hi. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Up, 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 down. Yeah.
Are you guys chatting?
Hey. Oh,
Hi, I'm
sorry.
back. No, that's fine.
Oh.
I had to turn off the light in my room, so I might stay off camera because you won't be able to see me. This camera on this laptop is so bad.
Oh, it's okay. No
We're both
worries.
back. Yeah, Mac webcams are.
They're,
Ugh.
yeah, no, same. That I'm using my phone. Like I had to set my phone up behind my
Oh,
Mac because the friggin'
so clear.
laptop is terrible.
Oh, good
Mm.
move, that one.
It's
That's actually very
easy
good.
too. I don't know why I didn't do it sooner. You literally just change your camera to the fucking iPhone and it boom. Like
Way
no
better. It looks nice,
setup,
yeah.
no apps, no plugins. And then watch
Super.
this.
Good.
Like I can actually like do center stage with it and shit. It's like boom.
Oh,
What's up?
whoa. Oh,
If he
that's
wants to get
cool.
intense,
Trying to think if it'll keep me in focus.
I still can't believe we met on the Disagreement Destiny channel. It's so funny.
I know. That's so crazy.
But that's
Like,
when people need to talk, you know? A disagreement was what got us together. You know?
yeah,
That's
But yeah,
yeah.
sorry. The debate time, you go back home and then fireworks.
Because like, I do debate nights on Saturdays. And so even though I spent a
Mm-hmm.
whole day in London, I still had work to do essentially. So I came home. First of all, oh my God, I got lost on the subway or on the underground or whatever. And so like, it took me a little bit longer to get home than it should have. But still, I got home at like 10 and I had to start debate nights at 11. And so I was home kind of just in time to be like, hey kids, hey kid, okay, you need to go to bed. Okay, hey Chris, let's go. And so I come in and I'm right on the computer setting up, getting everything going. And he's like, you're not gonna watch Day, my youngest? And I was like, no, I got an event. I told you I have an event and I texted you I have an event. And so, no, I can't do that. And so he was just like huffy puffy and he like left her downstairs with me as I'm trying to manage this event and just went to bed. Right. And so I was like, oh God, he's really mad. Like he's really mad at me.
Ooh.
And so the next day I was like, yo, what the fuck? And so he was like, yeah, I don't like and I have to we have to sit down and I have to pull from him
yeah.
what's happening, what's going on. And so I was like, I know what he's going to say. He's going to say, oh, you were gone all day and you left me with the kids. And then you come home and you jump right into something. You expect me to still be watching the kids.
Right.
And so then I was like, listen, here is where your aromanticism, right, is starting to rear its head. Like, I really wish you would do some homework on this, because it's just not in you to see some things that are more readily apparent to like a allo romantic person like me. And so, like, a regularly romantically inclined person. And so here's what I would have done. Okay, I would have said, hey, my wife has this all day event in London. She's been planning for the past 3 months, right?
Mm.
So maybe this is a great day to have a daddy daughter time.
Yeah.
I could plan all kind of little outings and excursions. We just got a couple paychecks in from the work that my wife's been doing, so it's not a money thing. So I could absolutely, take them to the play place, to the soft play center. I could take them to a movie, or we just go to my dad's. Maybe my dad can help me, because it might be a little bit much watching the children all day, But it's not in you to plan these. It's not into, part of it I think is the aromantic thing. Part of it just might be that he's a dude, but like,
Oh yeah.
that it was just not in him to consider having like a date day with his little girls, And so
Mm.
so I was like, look, here's what we need to do. Like, also, we used to do this thing where every week we'd have like a little family meeting, and we'd talk about what we have coming up in the week, and look at our finances, and look at how
That's
we can
cute.
build in like some quality time for ourselves and stuff like that. We haven't done that since our 2-year-old was born. So that's like officially like almost 3 years, including my pregnancy, really, that we haven't just sat down and planned for intimacy with each other, and planned for, like, these spaces where you could build in this time with your kids, even, and so
Yes.
so it's wild to me, like, how somebody's sexual proclivities and orientation can show up in the craziest, strangest ways. Like,
Wow.
and so
Mm.
so what we're gonna do, and this is why I love him so much, is because literally the next day, like it was a 180, complete 180. Like, I think he appreciated. First of all, I think he started to appreciate more that if he felt so overwhelmed with less than 24 hours of being alone with the two girls, I think it helped him to stop taking what I was doing for granted, because we live in a weird sort of backwards gender role household where I'm the breadwinner, he cooks and cleans and takes care of the kids, essentially. And so, like,
Mm.
he sees himself getting up, getting the girls ready, taking them to school, cooking lunches, cooking dinners, and it's a lot of work. And I absolutely understand that. But I don't think he was at all seeing that, I'm up all night with the baby. I do more diaper changes than him. I do the dishes. I do the laundry. I but when he comes down to take the girls to school and daycare, their clothes are all laid out. He doesn't have to worry about that. So, like, I am pulling my weight as a parent. I'm pulling my portion of the mental load, and I don't think he at all
He didn't have
acknowledged
a real
that.
grasp
Yeah, until
of
he
it.
had to
Yeah.
do it all
Mm.
himself for just one fucking day. And so it was like,
Telling.
yeah, it was very
So,
revelatory for him, I think, and then also revelatory for me that, like, he's a romantic. It's not going to be in him to build in these moments of connection with anybody. It's just not for him to do.
yeah.
So, like, I have to be more stringent about, okay, it's our
You have
weekly
to help him
meeting.
with that.
Yeah, and
Mm,
and
mm,
so
mm, mm.
so it was just very interesting that the whole destiny debate is where we got to meet in person for the first time, and then also it was such a big moment
Yeah.
in, like, our relationship due to,
Yeah,
his
it's
aromanticism.
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Absolutely, because like, to be honest, like, romance is like, it's not just in like, like non-platonic relationships, like, it's not just in romantic relationships.
Mm-hmm.
romance is like, I see it as bigger like than that, and I think that there's
Oh, this
some
is
elements of
interesting. What do you mean, though?
in the sense of like, I think that romance is like what we are told to believe romance is when you're in a relationship with somebody that you have a sexual and other elements in your relationship. But
Yes.
I kind of think like when I've made like friendships and stuff, like I've had a lot of romance in my friendships, like
Yes,
us
girl.
making time for each other, us spending time together, planning
Absolutely.
things to do. You know what I mean? Like, so that element
Oh,
does make sense in terms of him being a romantic and not kind of being like, I can take this opportunity to do a romantic thing with me and my kids.
Yes.
Because I think, like, again,
I
it's
Yep.
this
see, I see, I
social thing
see.
of us being like, okay, romance is attached to love, is attached to sex. Those things
Yeah.
all come like together. But the romantic part, what you said is very interesting, and it rearing its head actually makes a lot of sense because it's that kind of like me taking the time to spend time with you, do nice things for you, like give nice things to you, you know, like that stuff that you would like and stuff that that would bring me joy giving to you,
Mm-hmm.
you know, things like that. I think it makes complete sense actually
Yeah,
when
yeah.
you explain it from the like the aromantic part. Yeah.
No, thank you. I'm glad because it's a challenging thing. Like when we were first kind of going through this, um, especially when I was still more heavily in the sex with Sophie side of things, then I don't think Stand with
Mm,
Sophie even existed at this time. So I did a couple of like pieces, like little clips or shorts or whatever about my experience with my aromantic asexual husband, and one of them was just that, like when my little girl would be like, "Hey, daddy, dance with me." They're just
Yeah.
playing, and he's just like, "Whatever," and I'm like, "Dance with,
Yeah.
get up and dance with you," or like that we'll all be walking, and she'll go to hold his hands, and he's just stiff handing it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
hold her, like little shit like that. So I was like, yeah, it's weird. It feels weird to say that. Like, I need you to inject more romance into your relationship with your 6-year-old daughter. But like, so
Yeah.
it's a weird thing. But yeah, that it's very real. Like, even with I was telling somebody a while ago too. Like, I feel like the most romantic relationships I'll ever have are with women or with my friends. Not even like my sexual women partners, but
it's
like my
such a new
friends.
concept for me. You're
Hmm.
both
Mm.
talking about romance in a way that is extended to other people around you. I was not aware of this.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think we've
Yeah,
never spoken
yeah.
about it in that way, but it is like
Mm,
something I've thought about. And
Mm,
like now we're having this conversation thinking more about just the social element of it, like it being constructed to be this thing.
hmm.
oh yeah,
And so
for sure.
like that's why you feel weird saying it in that way
Yeah,
because of what it's attached to. But
yeah.
it like if we detach it from that, that is exactly what
No,
it
no,
is.
for sure, for sure. And it's yet another thing that is stopping men from having healthier relationship with each other,
Ah,
probably, right?
Absolutely.
And
that's
that's why
Absolutely.
like women
incredibly
get so
true.
much out of friendships and we don't get shit, right? I mean,
Incredibly
Destiny
true.
said
Absolutely.
in a video, like a friend of yours can go on a date and meet the woman of his life, and then his friend goes, "Hey, how was it? Yeah, good."
Yeah,
Or you,
Yeah.
yeah.
or he can be at the edge of taking his life. Hey man, how's everything?
That's fine.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah,
Boom,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah.
And
that's
then
so
if you
true.
combine that with the fact that now women are part of the university field, they can earn their own income. If you tell me that I can sustain myself and I have friendship who are fulfilling my emotional needs,
Hmm.
fuck off.
Yeah.
But I don't really like that explanation. It's
Hmm.
better to say that the problem is feminism,
Yeah.
wokeism, this progressive agenda, the
Hmm.
world wouldn't work without men,
Trans
and all
people
that bullshit.
somehow.
Yeah. They're
Exactly,
always
right,
thrown
right.
into the mix. Like,
And
Exactly.
it sucks that they went for that approach, not only because it's wrong, it's because if you go for the one that I presented, it, it takes it takes evilness out of people, right?
Hmm.
The thing is that when you try to be a little more nuanced and you're not attaching, you don't want to label things are bad or good. Again, not only you get to better answers, you become more understanding with people, right?
Hmm.
Now there
yeah.
is no feminazi or uh, woke like a political leader who's pushing anything. Now it's just
Right.
okay. There's been a change in society, and then women has adapted to that, and that has an impact.
Yeah.
Um,
Absolutely.
and whether they like it or not is a completely different story. Maybe they don't like it. Maybe they think the woman should never enter the workforce, but at least you are blaming or doing the right analysis, no?
Right, or
Um,
attributing
Yeah.
it to the right
yeah, and I went on
thing.
a
Yeah.
tangent, but the main point that Sophie was bringing up is that yes, being able to, as you are telling me now, to expand the romance term and extend that to the other connection that you have around you,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
especially where romance is a specific type of love, is caring, is taking the other person into consideration. Why not do that with more than your partner, right?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely. Yeah.
I just couldn't put it into word, but I've seen that with my own eyes with your friends' love. I just never, I just wouldn't label it that way. But it's true. I've seen the way you um water your friends' plants, right? And it's
Oh,
beautiful to see, and
yeah.
it's nice, and it's
Yeah.
real love, and it's humbling sometimes even
Mm.
because when you're exposed to genuine love, especially when it's not towards me and it's towards other people around you, it's nice to see. Uh,
Yeah,
it's teaching me to love better other people.
Oh,
for sure. I'm
that's
glad that
good.
something good came out of it, Sophie, as well.
Yeah, no,
Like in terms of
absolutely.
like you guys having that
100%.
conversation.
Yeah. But I mean, it's
That's really
like we
good.
were saying, we're humans. We need tension. We need, to butt up against something. And so,
Friction.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So, like, I feel like it was wonderful. It was wonderful. I love when we fight because
Mm,
it's so rare. It's so rare. And then, like, he's so wonderful. Like, he literally, like, again, this was a couple weeks ago. He's
mm,
already started to kind of, like, first of all, we've been doing our little family meetings. He, like, just the other day, he just took Day to, like, this play place and hung out with her all
mm-hmm.
day so I could have some space to work and so he could have some quality time with her. And,
Very
like
nice.
I just don't think that would have happened at all if we had,
Mm.
but I know. I'm sorry. I took the sharp implement
Oh.
from you. But so she got a little pin.
And you said, Sophie, you said something earlier that I want to also point out because
Mhm.
you like if it's like again now you know him very well, so sometimes you have to lay out like perfectly like describe word for word the specific things that he can do for the next
Oh yeah, yeah.
time that something like this happened, and you go, well, what I would have done in your situations is I would have done this and done that, or
Yeah.
maybe this, maybe that, and I, again, I don't know this notion that explaining things to your partner anywhere, even during sex, some way somehow it takes out the. It's not as beautiful. It's not as cool if you have to explain
The
things to. And it's like
spontaneity.
no, I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
If I
takes
have to ask for things, I don't want to.
mhm.
Why, right? So I think is so emotionally mature the fact that you're able to go to your
Mm,
partner and say, "Hey, I understand why you did this, right? Next time, if I was you, I would have done this, or that." And you
mhm.
go, "Oh shit! Now I have like a specific things that I can do to make uh, this specific situation better for my partner, right? I don't have
Mhm.
to guess.
Mm.
Mhm.
She told me what she's asking for me in that situation.
Yeah. That's so
From
true.
that moment on, I am a better partner. Simple as
But
right. And props
Yeah,
to him for
fair
listening
enough.
to you, and props for you to like just
Expressing it.
break it down for him in a
Yeah.
very precise way. No.
oh, well,
Yeah.
thank you so much. That's so sweet to say.
No, I'm glad. I mean, obviously, like, I think I'm part of that sometimes of like being like, well, I don't want to have to tell you this, and this. I want you to just do it.
Mhm.
But it's true that, like,
Not a
you know,
lot though, but
you're
yeah.
a different person and I'm a different person, and we will approach things differently, you
Mhm.
know. So
Mm.
sometimes, like, if I do need to say to you, I would like you to do X, Y, and Z. This is what would make me happy. Like, there's nothing wrong with that,
No,
you
not
know.
at
100,
all.
and you do love. You do it, and you let me know
Oh.
that maybe next time you could have done this, you could have done that. Um, even if sometimes I get to the right like root of the issue, if I get there maybe not with the best tone or
Mm.
Mm.
not being as careful as should be, you can say, no, Antonio, like I do see why you did, and I agree with you. I should have not done that. But couldn't you maybe more careful? Couldn't you could have asked me instead of
Yeah,
asserting what you said?
Mm.
yeah,
Um, so yeah, it just again love. Like it just know to, as we say in Spanish, to don't throw a lot of flowers to ourselves. But
Interesting.
we it's not very common that people have this healthy like flow of information and communication to each. Um,
Yeah.
and I know that sometimes you're insecure about, if you're a competent partner, baby, you tick all the boxes in the sheet and more. Um,
Oh.
of course, we all have to learn things. You know what I mean? Like, of course, but and again, it sounds so stereotypical, but if communication is there, that doesn't mean that it's everything that is necessary, but it makes things so much easier
It
Yeah.
does.
because
It really
then
does.
you both are understanding what's going on. You know the issue. If you
Mhm.
cannot fix them, that's fine. But
Mhm.
I, with you, love, I never have to second guess. You tell me how you feel. I'll tell you how I feel.
I
We
appreciate that.
both go just to fix the issue.
Mhm.
Sometimes we can't. Well, it is what it is.
I do. I appreciate that, and I also like. I really do appreciate that. I also feel like it's so hard, Sophie, for me to hide how I feel. Like if you say something that I don't like, immediately on my
Oh, this
face
is
and my
true.
body, you will know that I didn't
You're
like
not
it.
rude or anything.
I
You have
can't.
you
I,
you have
so it's
very
kind
good
of just
manners.
like,
Yeah.
But
huh?
you have very good manners. You're never rude about it, but we will know.
Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely. And so that's why it's kind of like it's a gift and it's been a curse in some ways because
Yeah.
it's a gift in the sense that like
Uh,
people can immediately know how I'm feeling and that there's something up.
mhm.
But at the same time, it means that sometimes, like at work, for example, when I should be hiding these things a bit better, people immediately know that I'm upset or I'm frustrated or I'm angry.
Mhm.
And like I just kind of like my professional mask is not
Mm.
is not the greatest.
Well, you know what? I'll say to that. Um, that's you saying gift and curse. I think it's 100% gift. I feel like I
There
see
you go,
how it
love.
can feel like a curse. I totally get it. But like I also I wish we challenged more as women this idea that because women are supposedly so much more emotional than men,
Yeah.
even though we only commit a fraction of crimes of passion, still, the fact
Honestly,
that women are supposed to be so much more emotional and we have PMS and whatever the fuck else, does that make us fucking wrong though?
Literally.
Are we suddenly incorrect about our assertions because we're delivering them in an angry fashion? The whole angry black woman shit. Okay, so what if we're
Yeah.
angry?
it's so
Sure,
so
we're
true.
angry.
Yeah,
Are we fucking
exactly.
wrong? That's where I swear to God, I hate it when we have to apologize for that shit. Like wear
And I
your
think like
emotions on your face. That's a wonderful thing.
absolutely, and I think that feelings have been so demonized, and that's the bigger
Yeah,
issue is that like
yeah,
having feelings is like the most natural thing in the world,
yeah.
but like it's been so demonized in relationships, it's been so demonized in like society and the workplace, and especially relationships with men,
Mm-hmm.
because it's just kind
Mm-hmm.
of like I can't tell you how I feel. If I tell you how I feel too quickly, it's going to push you away. If I don't tell you how I feel, you're going to think there's something wrong with me. But you know what I mean? It's just like feelings are so like this delicate dance
Yeah.
and balance
But they're
of like
taken
how to
outside
show
of
just
the.
enough.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I cut you off. Please finish
No, I
your
was just
thought.
gonna say just I was just saying like you have to show just enough.
Right, right. But that's where I'm
Yeah,
like, let's just get over that. Let's just show it all. Like, sure,
absolutely.
because
I
again,
agree.
like, it's being emotional does not in any way have like it's mutually exclusive to the logic. So even though like I don't believe this is true, but even if men are more logical and women are more emotional, how do those two paths cross? Like there's
Mm.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
twain shall not meet, like it's literally um and also like where they do cross, I feel like logic is almost always guided by emotion. Like even if you look at
Right.
the most clean and analytical scientific hypothesis, like what made you want to do this study? What drove you to try to ask this question or answer it? It's
Oh my God,
probably
Sophie, I have
something
a question for
emotional.
you.
Sure.
Because maybe you can help me and Michelle with this dynamic, right?
Mhm.
Um, just for the record, I've always been someone who is very empathetic. I do think the feelings is something that we need to take into consideration for most things in life. even in politics, you know my position when it comes to crafting policies for this empowered community.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Having said that, it's true that I had a lot of work to do, and Michelle has made me better in that regard,
Mm-hmm.
and I still trying to be better at that. Right. This is sometimes the point of contention with like having a specific argument or like an issue with Michelle. No.
Mm-hmm.
Um, let's say that Michelle has family member that is struggling with something, right? And I make a joke, and she goes, "Hey,
I'm
Michelle,
sorry.
Antonio, that was not funny. You offended me." Right?
Okay.
And I go, "Well, what happened? They offended you. What is the fact of the matter? They offended you." She goes, "Well, you said this, you did this joke, and my family member has a history of doing this." I go, "You know what? I'm sorry. It won't happen again." Extreme example. What if I go out and I say, "What a beautiful day," and she goes, "I didn't like that shit." And I go, "Hold on. What do you mean?" "Yeah, you didn't have to say that because so and so." So sometimes what I'm trying to get better at is how do I explore what really happened,
Mm.
fact of the matter, right? Without stopping empathizing with her feelings, validating her, validating them, but also maybe don't fall into the trap of trying to fix something that not that maybe didn't happen, but something that is not justified. It doesn't justify for her to get that upset, which
Mm-hmm.
again is a bit simplistic or whatever. And for the most part, um, I'm completely willing to like learn on how to get my emotional aspect better.
Mm.
But I don't think it's wrong for me that I really want to explore what was the fact of the matter to see if not even her feeling, even my feelings are justified. Um, like how do you see that dynamic?
Mm. Well, I mean, I'd ask Michelle, honestly, in those
Mm-hmm.
sort of instances, even if we just keep it at a hypothetical level, like when you
Right.
respond from a place of offense, is it that you
Mm-hmm.
are offended by the joke per se, or that he's not able to fully mirror your own emotions about it? Like you might have had this thing and you might not have felt like it's serious to me, so I wouldn't
Right.
joke about this.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more so the fact that he's no longer able to, like, he's saying he's empathizing, but is it really
Mm.
empathy if you can't experience that aversion to joking about something that
For
you
example,
Yeah,
find
yes, yes.
serious,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
so I don't know if it's a joke per se, and Michelle, you can probably confirm or deny that.
Yeah, no, no. I think like
Okay.
that's a difficult question, I think, like to answer because it's like in the instance that he was explaining, like I think sometimes it's both. Sometimes it's either or.
Okay.
Like in the first instance that you explained, right, would be
Mm.
more so like me being upset about the joke itself and its insensitivity.
Mhm.
And in the
Hundred
second
percent.
instance, in the second example that you used, it'd probably be me like feeling like
Let's say that you have a bad day or a bad night. No, you sleep.
exactly. It'd
Right.
be
Mhm.
Right.
more you kind of it maybe being misplaced. I mean, it's hard to explain unless we were explaining the situation itself. I just think I have more of an issue with being kind of like, why is there this focus on whether my feelings are justified or not, and just not the fact that I was hurt, you
Which
know?
is
Yeah.
fair. This is true, and
Because I think
that's
like we don't have
precisely the
to.
part that I want to get better at. Like,
Exactly. It's
that's
Yeah.
me like
productive
being
for
like,
me
I don't
to.
think we need to quantify
What do you
or
say?
qualify whether my feelings were justified because they were present. Now,
Yeah.
sometimes like I can interrogate whether my feelings were
Mm-hmm.
justified or not based on myself, but I don't think that's for somebody else to interrogate as
Right,
to whether
right.
my feelings
You
were
might have a
justified because
point, by
they're
the way.
my feelings. Do you understand?
I get
You might
that.
have a point.
I think that's
Yeah.
where I'm getting at too. Like, it's it's not necessarily the thing that's the thing. It's probably something
Mhm.
underpinning it.
Which, for the record, when the joke happened, I apologized immediately because, again, it made
No,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
sense to
no.
me.
fine.
Like, what happened in my eyes justified her feeling, right?
Hmm.
It's easy. The thing is that mostly, and that's why the relationship is working. Mostly, I understand why she's feeling that way. I
Yeah.
explore what I did or what happened, and I go, "Fuck,"
Mm.
also, and I apologize immediately.
But
Is when
yeah, yeah, okay.
I don't fully feel that her feelings are matching really what happened.
Hmm.
And again, as she said, it's a bit simplistic. It's not maybe for me to write down a manifesto what is like okay to feel about specific things, right? And that's the part that
Um,
I want to get better at, for sure. I
Yeah.
just
yeah.
wanted to ask if there is anything in my side that is like fair,
Oh
or it might be
gosh.
not fair. I just want to know if it's healthy at all to really talk about really what happened and not only about feeling. That's my only.
Well, I
Uh,
think you just have to take your cues from Michelle in those
mm-hmm,
instances
mm-hmm.
for everything, because this is where I think there are fundamental real differences between men and women. Like, I think whenever we try to
Mm.
say, oh, men are more logical, and it's like, no, or men only want women to just say the problem, and women just want somebody to listen to it. They don't want them to actually give them a solution. It's like, that's not
Yeah,
really,
yeah, yeah. Feel
that's
like
too
No,
black and white.
that's
But
simplistic. Yeah.
yeah, but the nuance that people are probably trying to get at with that
mm-hmm.
is that yes, women do probably respond to a slight in a way that's more about addressing the feeling space of it,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
whereas a man probably does try to get to the root of the issue uh, from a timeline perspective, or
Yeah,
from a,
yeah, yeah, precisely.
like this happened and this happened, so like they're more causal, I would say. And so I think,
Mm.
Mm.
it's like, as women, maybe what we should try to understand is like, okay, the negative feelings I'm getting are
Mm-hmm,
because
mm-hmm.
it's difficult for me you know, to take myself out of this feeling space long enough to, you know, try to identify the start of it, or what caused it, or again, that causal
Yes.
chain of it. But not, I don't think that's forever. So I think maybe it's up to you to, in those moments, say, as the woman, like, to be plain about that. Look, I'm not in a position right now to go there with you. Like, let me sleep
Mm.
on it. let's
Yeah.
just let's just approach, like, I know people say don't go to bed mad, whatever, fuck that. If you need some time to just marinate on it, then I think it's up to you to communicate that that's your need. And then, as a
Yeah.
man, and I'm being, again, very black and white a little bit, but like, as a man, or somebody who is that more needs that more causal understanding of how they
Yeah,
screwed
yeah,
up
yeah.
or what happened, and
Yeah.
you know just be okay with respecting.
Hard for me to kind of be like, I usually am like, I want to resolve things now.
Mm,
Mm.
And like Antonio's the one where being like, I think that we should take some time. And that was like, and has been hard for me in moments because I just kind of stir in the emotions
mm-hmm.
and
Because
kind
you're
of,
trying to
I
resolve the
think,
emotions.
Yeah,
absolutely, yeah,
yeah.
immediately,
Mm-hmm.
immediately. And I do think that if we take time, this is my own issues, by the way, we're getting deep into my own issues. But if
Yeah.
I think that if we do take the time, I'm like, okay, well, our relationship is gonna end. It's my own stuff
Oh
I need to
no.
do, like, right.
Right, right.
But I think like I'm getting better in knowing, and Antonio's given me so much reassurance that he'll be there
Mm,
when that time is up, and enough
Mm.
reassurance for me to kind of be like, okay, if we do not speak for like a few hours or half a day or whatever, it's okay because he will still be there. Because I think the fear in my mind is him not being there afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
And I
But maybe
think
just
like
sorry, finish.
no, I was just gonna say like I think I agree with what you said, Sophie. I think it's maybe like probably me communicating better that right now I would rather us just focus on this and then at a later point we can talk about
Yeah,
the other part, you
Yeah.
know?
So you're not even
yeah,
saying like, give me time before we talk about the causal chain of this, but you're saying the thing I want to engage in right now is the
is
feeling
Yeah,
how I
space of
feel.
it.
exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then I could see how you could get into a bit of a feedback loop if you're like, okay, what I want to talk about right now is that this made me feel this way, and the fact that
Yeah.
you know you didn't seem to be in a state of empathy that allowed you to feel this way, or you're in that feeling
Absolutely.
space. And then I could see how Tony being like, okay, but what caused it? Like, what did I say in
Yeah.
particular? And then what
Yeah.
what happened in your experience that led you to feel like, I absolutely see how that could be like, what the fuck, man? I'm trying to. And then I could see how Tony could get frustrated because
Right.
yes, it's a totally different. You're both trying to find resolution, but just to two totally different things. So
Yeah.
I get that, but that's
Yeah.
beautiful. So I don't even think, Tony, you have to say like, okay, let's give ourselves some space. Let's talk about this tomorrow, or let's go breathe for a couple hours. It sounds like Michelle's very happy to stay in it. It's just that the
For
resolution
sure.
needs to be the more, what do you call it? Like nebulous state of it as opposed to the
Yeah.
solid state of it first.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
And
That's
it
good.
just and maybe I'm just having I have very good eyes for Michelle, as we say in Spanish. I think that some of the dynamics that we engage in is not only because bad stuff. I think it's also because of good stuff.
Mm.
And of course, maybe she feels a little bit like insecure about not resolving something and leaving it for later. I do think it's also her trust in her communication. I do
Mm.
think that Michelle knows that she can speak and she knows that it's fair for her to be able to express herself. She
Mm-hmm.
knows it's better for the relationship, and she wants to apply that. So I think her wanting to solve things on the moment. I want to believe that it's not only about maybe flaws in her character. It's
Mm-hmm.
also about the things that she shines,
That's
and
very
I think
kind
maybe
of
we should,
you.
we should remember
But I
that.
don't think I don't think so. Maybe subconsciously. Maybe subconsciously, but consciously I don't know.
Uh,
I don't know if
um,
it's that, but
no, that's fair. I mean, if you feel that,
very kind of
I
you,
don't
babe.
think most times we're not fully aware of that. I don't think you're making those maths in your head, but you
But
you firmly believe that you should have the right, and it's fair for you to communicate to your. That's something that is a value that you don't want to like negotiate ever.
mm,
Absolutely, yeah,
mm,
yeah. Yeah.
So I do think there is a little bit of like you wanting to solve things on the moment that is like being affected by that. But yeah, for sure, like most times, if there is a specific dynamic that we're struggling with, is mostly because there is something to in our character that is not working as it should. I'm not denying that. I just feel like we're complicated, and sometimes we choose to solve things in a specific way that is probably a combination of our good and our bad.
Yeah,
I can see
you're
that.
right.
But I think
And I can give you
also,
some flowers so you feel better about yourself.
oh, but Michelle, I also want you to really hear what Tony is saying here and really like take it in. Like that's a incredible compliment for somebody
Yeah, I
to
would
say
say
like
so.
that you can communicate at a level that you're not even comfortable acknowledging is
Admitting,
so
yeah.
prescient and so good. It's like I will say like one of the most impactful conversations I ever had in my life was with this guy named Stefan Molyneux. I don't know if you've heard of him, but he's like this really far right
You talk to
crazy.
him.
I talked to him, yo, and
What? You talk to Stefan?
yes,
Wow.
and so
Okay,
like
go on.
the thing about that, right, is I used to fucking love me some Stefan Molyneux. I used to listen to Free
What?
Domain Radio. I was all about
What?
that art. What is it? The anarcho capitalist life. I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Yes, yes. So like, but what happened, right, was he used to be a totally different person than he is now. And so as he sort of went from talking about philosophy and relationships and logic and reasoning, and you know, he talked about gender roles in a different way than he has progressed to. But as he started, I guess, seeing the grift or the possibilities of the grift, and he started taking on these more left wing, I'm sorry, more right wing, MAGA type, ideologies, and espousing this crazy weird gender role shit. I was there, like, so I was there in the before times. I was there as he started to do this weird transformer shift, and it was when he started to post shit about Trayvon fucking Martin. And he did
Wow.
this whole video called The Truth About, he had this whole Truth About series, The Truth About Nelson Mandela, The Truth About Gandhi, The Truth About all this shit. And again, at first I was like, okay, I've fucked with him for this long. I'm entertaining it. Okay, okay, I guess I can see. And then he did The Truth About Trayvon Martin. And I was like, oh no, sir. No, not at all. He was like,
Mm,
they try to show pictures of him when he was a little boy, but this is like a grown ass big dude man, like this kid, he was a teenager, son. Like he's a skinny
Mm.
teenager. No.
kid.
And then he was
Yeah.
like, oh, and so he was going to the store to buy Jolly Ranchers and sweet tea, and who knows, maybe he was making lean with that, like this, have you heard of lean? It's like a
Yes.
codeine based drink. That
Yeah.
so he was like, maybe
What
those
the
are
fuck?
those are what you make lean with. So he was probably trying to do drugs. And like literally just every conspiracy theory that was like so racist, he just was like, this is this and this. And so I was like, oh hell no. So I was like, yo, with the greatest respect, because I've been fucking with you from like day one. Like, I need to talk to you. Like, this is just horrible. I want to really counter the things you're saying and just explain to you that I'm really disgusted by this move, this shift that seems to be taking place with you. And he was like, yeah, okay, cool, you can come on the show. So there's probably still a recording of it somewhere. But I talked to him for like almost 2.5 hours. Like
I
we
hope there
had,
is a video of that.
I'll see if I
Sophia, I
can
would love to
find it
watch
for
that.
you because it was
Please.
so good. It was so fucking, you gotta be something special. And so
Mm.
Tony, you gotta be
That's
something
nice. That's very,
special,
very nice.
sir. Like the fact that we can even have this like what a beautiful compliment to not only give to your partner, but what she said to me. Like that means so much. Thank you. Like truly. And I also just want you to know, like, this conversation wouldn't be possible if you weren't such a stellar human
Absolutely.
being, you know?
Absolutely.
So
Thank
take
you for that.
Along with you being an insanely curious person,
Yeah.
like that makes you like very amazing, you know, like just the fact that
Thank
you're
you,
able to
baby.
be like, you know what, I don't know, and this might offend me like immediately when it's said, but let me actually take an opportunity to think if I can actually learn something from this moment,
Right.
you know.
Yeah. No, I
That's
appreciate you
wonderful.
saying that. I'm not always able to do that. But yeah, for
No,
sure.
nobody
Since I don't
is.
think that all the work is done, uh, I am going to keep navigating life thinking that people can give me shit,
Yeah,
and not everything is an attack, especially for
Yeah.
the people close to
absolutely.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because we're all just kids
absolutely.
in human
Yeah,
in
like
adult suit.
literally. We're just trying. We're just trying. But like,
Exactly.
yeah.
Trying to adult.
But
That's
Yeah.
yeah,
But
this
wild.
is
I've
quite
loved this
late, no though.
conversation. I've loved this
Yeah, it
conversation so
was.
Me
much.
too.
I need to go to sleep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm saying I'm gonna try to get her back upstairs, but thanks for calling me, you guys. Like,
Well, thank you for
Thanks for coming
answering.
really
by,
appreciate it.
Yeah,
and we
Oh
will
my
do it
gosh.
again. I don't think we're
for
done with
sure.
you.
Yeah, let's definitely do it again.
No, I agree. And it's on YouTube somewhere, so I'll
I will try to find
see
it.
what's going on.
Yeah.
I'll send you a link maybe. But I might see if I can get some writing in. It'll probably be
Oh,
difficult with this one, but so if you see
Right.
me up, it's not that I'm like, oh, I gotta get off. I'm respecting y'all need to go get your sleep, and hopefully I can
no, good luck to you.
be there soon myself. But yeah, hopefully we'll see each other again real soon too. I'm trying to get back to London more
Yeah.
often.
Also,
But
if for whatever reason we go
Yeah, sure.
there, a little trip, we'll let you know.
yeah, if you ever want a vacation, Ipswich is beautiful. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
I'm curious.
But yeah, you guys go
Right,
ahead.
Sophie, take care.
You too. I love you guys.
Yeah.
Thank
Bye,
Take
you.
care of
baby.
yourself. Have a good night.
Good night. Come on. She crazy. Come on. Hello, baby. Can I get any right? Can I write something in the workshop? Like 3 hours ago? Hmm? How about let's call it a day? Day. Yeah? Yeah? All right. I think that's so wild. That was really beautiful. Wow. They're so sweet. They're so sweet. I loved every second of that. I'm just gonna stop this because that was beautiful. I can't. I don't think I can add anything else to. Oh, wonderful night. That was great. All right, so signing off. Good night. Oh boy.